started with a monster of a man.
We hunted him across the seas.
Into the storm.
Then we fell.
Now we are here.
The sky twists.
The stars are all wrong.
We killed the man.
But we're no closer to home.
We left for different reasons.
For legends.
For adventure.
For acceptance.
For fame.
For answers.
But how do we escape?
The Everstorm.
Pantomime.
Here.
How about this button that says mute?
Mute, did it work?
Maybe,
What about that?
maybe that's the one.
There it is. All
That's
right.
the one.
Oh,
Thank
well, it looks
you,
like we got to
Kat.
do all that again.
That's in line.
Well,
Well, sorry.
Are we good now?
Hey, let's talk about how awesome Clint is again.
Yeah.
Only this time they can hear us.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ignore the
How
technical
awesome I am.
difficulties. Hey,
Yeah.
everybody. Ah! Fucking metal. Guys, Clint, thank you so much for making that intro. He had to do that in a very brief period of time with a quick turnaround.
Yes, he did.
And I'm surrounded by geniuses. Said that before. And what did I say? Oh, everybody here is smarter than me, so my shit better be good tonight. So, last we left off at the Everstorm, episode 28, Pig. Our heroes in a dark but just choice destroyed Peg, and with it, consequences came in the form of his wife, the widow bride, who came screaming in from the nine, well, maybe not directly the nine hells. He came screaming in from a terrible place to meet Balrin's diplomatic offering of holding up her husband. And Balrin, you want to say the quote one more time?
I think it was something to the effect of "Come and get him, you bitch."
Yeah.
Yep.
Pirate
That sounds right.
diplomacy.
That sounds
I'm
Yeah,
not
believe that
good on
didn't work.
quotes.
It's a parlay,
but that might have
right?
been it. So
Real strange that didn't work. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
So,
You don't speak fluent pirate? That's
came
parlay. Come on.
and she got it.
She brought
An
the heat.
army.
That's for sure.
An army from the Grit was called beforehand, without the group's knowledge, by a surreptitious Kodo who had his mount be the messenger. And as that army descended upon the widow bride, heavy losses were incurred, but in the end, they drove her away. Air Laser did not get her party kill.
TPK.
I know she wanted it.
It was
But
real close.
Uh,
Got ripped in
Close.
half.
Yeah.
Skeezer did a lot of backseat gaming.
Yes, no
TPK. Oh my gosh.
You know that.
when I'm not actually
While we're on that topic, I did set the dashboard today with backseat gaming allowed as a tag down there. So it is
Everybody
officially,
else
except for
allowed
Jeff.
a backseat game except
Except
Jeff.
Jeff.
I see how it is.
Collecting bricks still wants revenge for the twins, though.
Well, the twins are alive, so
That is true.
They got
can
away.
get it.
Are they?
clean and clear.
So are the two Tims.
Yeah.
So
Oh god, I really hope my legs don't get sentience.
I thought you were split this way, not this way.
Actually, that's a good
Spread
clarification.
apart.
I thought you were bisected.
Yeah.
I thought it was from shoulder to hip. I thought it was a cross.
Oh, we all had a different
Oh,
image in our head.
that's-
I guess we all did have a
weak.
different image.
That's
How
It
weak.
wasn't until he
split?
started crawling. When he started crawling, then I knew he
And
was
that's
across
what
the
tonight's
midsection.
game is, everybody. Discussing the nature of his
That's it.
wounds with
Just
no
figuring it
confirmation
out.
from me. Welcome this evening to episode 28, Grit and Tolerance.
I think we're
So,
29.
Our
29.
heroes, did I say 28?
You did.
You did.
You got it
I did
right
my
the
whole
first
damn
time.
thing.
This time you
29, Grit
29.
and Tolerance. So, our PCs, you're lined up on the shore, shuttling boats back and forth from those that were wanting to do sort of like their last rites or say one final thing to a loved one. The boat has been docked off the rocky shore here. And as you guys are finally getting people back aboard, you guys Dibben walks up. The captain has requested to meet all of you in his quarters. And here's for you, and for you, and for you. And he's handing out tea. No! And he gets shoved aside. And Tonko, I don't want that. And he gives them, and he walks up to Balrin. This is for you. And he hands you a ceramic mug. And then he goes back to Balrin, and this is for you. And he hands Balrin another ceramic mug.
Oh,
Hey, thanks for that sub. Much appreciated
Hey,
there.
thank you,
Couch.
you.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate
thanks,
it.
Couch.
Oh, yeah.
Gracias, Dirk.
Thank you, Skeezer. These are great. What are they?
You're welcome.
So many skeezers. So many.
I'll
And
still have the tea.
he looks at Skeezer. He's like, there can only be one of us, Skeezer.
Wait, hold on. Are we doing the Highlander rules now?
Skeezer. If he's gonna call me Skeezer, you can't be Skeezer.
How about we spell yours with an extra K? Hmm?
Requires a roll.
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, it does.
That makes sense.
Now let's clink glasses and see if the world collapses.
He clinks your glass.
Does the world collapse?
Kaboom.
He goes
Doesn't
off,
sound like
and
it.
other NPCs meander aboard, stowing supplies, packing things up, and there's a lot of quiet conversation. Feels like a day after a wake.
Mhm.
After getting torn in half in front of literally everyone, how is everyone looking at me?
They're avoiding you.
Yep. Expecting that. Hoods
the
down.
only
a little bit
people-
more.
Most of the halflings are keeping their distance. It's a non-issue right now with the crew of the Tolerance because they're far enough away. You can't sense a social distance, so to speak. But when you were at the pyres and stuff, when you got close to some of the pyres to help pay your respects to the members of the Tolerance crew and the miners that escaped, that you knew some of them, people accepted your condolences, but then they sort of wrapped up their conversation with brief answers
Mm.
and tried to respectfully step aside.
Okay. Definitely walking around with the hood a little bit further down. Hey guys, so I guess we should go see the captain.
Yeah,
Sounds that way.
among other things.
You guys go below decks on the main deck into the back or the double doors, and inside you see sitting at his desk Burl.
Mhm.
Mind you, Burl's desk is more of a glorified fat bench that's wide enough it's kind of a table.
Mhm.
And standing just inside the door to the right, you guys see Lindell.
Hi, Captain. Lindell, good to see you.
I'm keeping this short. We got a lot to do, I'm sure. So, I'm retired.
Understood, Captain.
Captaining's done. I'm gonna own the boat. And, I'll reduce my cut. I'm taking 10% here on out. And then you can all figure out who the captain is.
I think we know who the captain is.
Do me a favor and include Dell, your debates. He's been with me the longest. And if we ever get back, we'll talk again. He puts his hands on the sword. Is his head something I could go get?
Yes. We burned it all, but there would still be bones.
All right.
I'm not sure. I assumed his body got put in with everyone else's when we burned it.
We didn't take anything from him.
All right. Had to ask. This'll do.
I don't know if
That's
it
it,
matters
boys.
anything to you, Captain, but it was a horrible way for someone to die.
Yeah.
I can't really imagine much worse.
I think that's the biggest smile Burtle's ever had.
I think it's safe to say, as hard as Kodo hit him, that his corpse would not be useful for reanimation, should a widow bride or anyone attempt such a thing. I don't think you'll have to worry about seeing his face again, Captain.
All right then. That's it. It's your boat now. Talk about it, set your course. This room's still mine. But it ain't the captain's room no more. So go figure out where the captain sleeps. Get out.
Congratulations on your retirement, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks
You
for
the one
everything.
that gets tea?
Nope, not usually.
I want the tea one.
I'll send him right in.
I'll tell him I want bacon.
Bacon tea it is.
Nice.
And as you guys walk out, you hear him say, like, just sort of quietly to himself, "We did it, honey." He went scared. And then you leave. So, after the door's shut, right, just so we're abundantly clear, I do not want all these people's lives in my hands at all. So it's very nice of a cat.
The
Of
previous
Burl?
say that.
Do we call him Burl? I feel weird calling him Burl.
It's nice of Captain to say that, but I don't want it. So I'm out.
We can settle on the man previously known as Captain.
So whatever you guys want to do, just let me know. I'm your man. Whatever you need. I'll make sure everything's getting up and going. And good luck with your fishing contest, right?
Do you want to run one of the boats? There's 2 boats.
I want nothing to do with that ship over there.
That's fair.
Captain Casey's currently manning the Tolerance.
Oh, yeah, that's true, Captain Casey.
I suppose the only one
she'd
amongst
stab
either
you.
the crews with any captaining experience, by the way.
That's true.
So, right. Good luck, boys. And, right. Good. Yes. Bye. And he steps aside.
See you later, Lindell. First mate for life. Wow. So this was unexpected.
Well,
Or was it?
I don't think there's really.
I had a
question
feeling it was coming.
who's going to be captain now.
I mean, definitely not me. I don't think anyone's going to take any orders from me.
Never say never.
Well,
So
I'm
what's-
pretty confident about this one.
I'll have to figure out what happened with you exactly, but before we get to that point, do you draw straws? What do you want to do? One man here probably knows how to drive a boat, even though he tends to beach the boat a lot.
As you ponder, Geezer, during last game, when you
Mhm.
mentioned that you were going to attempt to do research on tattoos as your
In the
sort
middle of the fight.
pseudo downtime action,
While he's backseat gaming.
while you're backseat gaming, what I will give you is that last night, after the funeral and all the discussion, you managed to coerce out of Tonko to get to look at his tattoo, but you owe him really good booze,
Okay. All right.
and you're supposed to get it to him this week.
So you let me do the doop-de-doops on the tattoo?
Yeah, and I'm
The
gonna
doop-de-doops.
share it to you,
All right.
so you'll be able to mess with it if you want to.
The doop-de-doops.
The
canon.
doop-de-doops.
The doop-de-doops.
And there's no reason to necessarily show off that whole side of it for the camera, so you feel free to mess with it while the group discusses what's going on.
Okay.
Well, I feel like there's only one of us with the experience and the skill and the I guess desire to be a captain, as far as I'm aware. It's not me. Balron knows more about running a ship than any of us. Doesn't mean he's our leader necessarily, but he can be our captain.
Oh.
He can speak for the ship, but I don't know if he always speaks for me.
So
I
as the
vote
group,
the little blue man there, Fulcrum.
No.
Yes,
Just straight no.
Why?
because you don't want it.
It's a hallmark of a great leader, like Lindell.
Well, I mean, I'm much better with the rigging and the rope work. I mean, I like doing that.
Good.
Okay.
Smokehouse Nuts.
Smokehouse nuts.
This stream brought to you by.
Come
Oh,
on,
if only.
Smokehouse nuts.
If
Come
only.
on.
if anybody's got an insight to
If
Blue
anybody knows
Diamond
anybody at Smokehouse
and wants
what
to
is
get
it?
me a sponsorship, that'd be cool.
Only.
It doesn't even have to be a big sponsorship. $1 a stream, that's enough.
I find Bowron's knowledge important. But as I just experienced, sometimes his mouth moves before his brain does.
That is a fair point.
I don't really know if I'm much better in that regard.
Hmm. Well, I was going to say Morgaine, but he said he didn't want it already, so I chose you.
Well, I'm saying I don't want it.
Yeah, but you said it after I chose you.
No, I'm pretty sure I said it before. Well, I said I don't think anyone would take orders from me. I guess that wasn't an outright refusal, but...
Right, yeah.
Well, Balrin, I mean, I'm sure you want to captain the ship, right?
No.
Oh, come on!
I think I concur here.
It's against my orders' beliefs. We're not the captain ships. Only advise them.
Really?
When the time comes, members of the Circle of the Coast, if a ship does not give proper homage to Elos and Oros, we sink it. Move on. You can't do that when you're captain.
Oh, think of it this way. There comes a time in every boy's life when he has to become a man.
First mate I
Being
am.
split in half may be that time for you.
First mate I'll remain.
Well, I mean, that's a really good point, though. They're all scared of me. I'm supposed to be their captain?
Have you ever seen a boss that wasn't scary? Did you serve Burl without fear in your heart?
Well, I don't want to be... I was never really scared of Burl. I mean, he was scary, but I didn't think he was going to, like, hurt me. I was always nice to him.
He did once try to throw Wrighton off the ship.
He did do that, but Wrighton definitely pissed him off somehow. But anyways...
I mean, he is back there. We could always make Wrighton the captain.
He seems pretty hell-bent on being retired.
Well, I think the halflings kind of view him as...
Until we get these ships back to Glassgate, it isn't going to make hell or high water's difference. Somebody has to be in charge. There ain't a one of us they're going to look at with any more trust than the others. Most of the halflings are going to follow Wrighton's cue. Most of the others are already loyal to Captain Casey or somebody else. A few of them might follow our lead, like Tolag over there.
Guess you're right.
As you guys are talking, you see Kizzy kind of walk up and watch your conversation as Dibbin's standing there, prepping more little breakfast stuff for people.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're supposed to advise ships, Balrin, what would I need to do?
Whatever I tell you.
I mean, Burl just kind of sat at the edge of the ship and fished a lot, and then drank and yelled.
Yes.
And that makes up about 90% of captaining.
Approximately what I told him to do.
I mean, if you guys all think so, do I get a hat?
I suppose we could work one out for you.
We could get you a hat. But we should
I
get
don't want
one
a
with
hat
the
to look
horns
like.
pick through it.
Oh,
Gotta wear him proud. You're a captain. They gotta listen to you no matter what. Wear him proud.
I guess so. Sure. I mean, it would be fun to wear a neat hat.
My hat's neato.
It's decided then.
Captain.
Captain Fulcrum.
Captain Fulcrum.
Oh,
Let's pour some drinks.
I believe
No
I
more
have
drinking.
some special brew for this, fellas.
thanks. I guess. I'll try to be a really good captain to everybody. And
Attention, everyone!
oh,
We've got a new captain on deck. Forevermore, the Sarah's grit shall be captained by Captain Fulcrum. Give the man your attention, please.
Here, here.
Yeah.
oh, speech. Oh, there was a speech part. Okay. We've been through some hard times, everyone. And
Hey, I
We've
nudge. Morgan, quick, play a song. Something. Do something.
Fix this.
Make it good.
Performance check.
Make it good. No pressure. Where's my character sheet?
There's only one roll.
Continue.
One number
I'll
he
play.
doesn't need to roll. Is beyond that, he's going to be just fine.
I put a massive captain's hat on Fulcrum's head. Illusion.
It's like, wait, oh yes.
Like the hood's like still up. I haven't taken the hood down yet, so it's just like this weird. Like, I'm like,
Does it
Oh, jeez.
just materialize on his head, or do you just hand it to him?
It arises from behind and it finds its seat upon his head.
As you guys see, describe the hat.
Oh, I'm thinking like, oh boy, it's about like a size and a half too large, but only because of its regal nature. It is vibrantly purple and gold.
Lots of feathers, hopefully.
So much plumage. It is it's like a peacock feathers floating out the back of it, and a giant skull sitting right in the center of the front. But it's a
Music
peacock skull.
picks up, and as it rises behind him and sets on his head, you see people going like, "Hey, this is."
It's serious.
we've been through some hard times together recently. We've all lost people we care about. And even beyond that, we've been stranded here together. But we've made those who brought us here pay. And now I swear to you, we will find a way to get you all home. That was only the thing we ever wanted to do in the first place.
Roll up the dramatics on the song.
I can't promise it'll be easy. I can't promise the answers will be quickly. But I can promise to you that as your captain, my only goal will be to see you all home safely. Thank you for all you've done. Thank you for coming to our aid. We couldn't have done any of this without you. So consider that debt repaid.
In the back, you hear writing. I trust you with my life, Captain Fulcrum.
I've always trusted you with mine too, right?
Halflings are behind you all the way. And they start tearing. And then Wrighton bumps over into Morgaine. He's like, play a halfling song.
I play a halfling song. Hold on. I have the list. Let me bring up a halfling song here. I am going to play Small But Many.
And they all tear into small but many. We conquer all before the day. And then it keeps going on.
Kodo brings out his giant keg of copper hand and starts dispensing drinks.
Nice.
So my first order as captain
Here you
is
go,
for
Tonko.
all of us to drink and have a good time in memory of those we lost, because that's what they'd want us to do.
Yeah!
I pour
And
a big
good
extra
time.
glass for
Was
Tonko.
had by all.
There you go, buddy.
I'm like crying.
I
as
haven't come
like,
across
walk
this
out.
before.
What's this?
Oh, it's Dragonborn brew. Copperhand.
Do I get one of those?
We got a raid from Dragons in the Dining Room.
Hey,
Oh,
thanks for
hey.
the raid.
Dragon.
Thank you for the raid, everyone.
Appreciate it.
Are we just handing out this good stuff and they're not looking over me?
Well, I had a very specific clan-like allegiance with this one.
Toleg now has like 6 colored braids of someone else's hair tied into his beard. You guys know these are braids that were from Josmelin and Hakara, the dwarven females that were originally saved with him. They died in the fight, and now he's got them interwoven into his beard. So his beard comes down. It's like all patched and nasty, but now it's got these like 2-foot long braids dangling off of it, all misshapen and weird.
I'll tell you what. Here's half of mine.
As long as speed is not a little bit shiny, it's not bad. And he goes back up to his spot.
Wonder what language that was.
I don't know. And then Taco keeps drinking it.
So
And
if you recall, this is the stuff that actually induces hallucinations of celebrations.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody.
Everybody's like tripping right now. It's going to be wonderful.
As the copper hand pours into your gut and warms everyone, it tends to draw upon memories and moments of joy and call into your mind songs that made you happy when you were kids, briefly, like snippets, like almost little earworms, just like the chorus or something like that. Or it'll make you remember maybe a smell that felt really good when you were a time when you were happy, or you briefly see in things that line up in your field of vision. The movement of cloth of somebody in front of you, the movement of the water in the waves, maybe in the rocks. You'll vaguely see for a millisecond the image of someone or a place that you cared about. But consistently, all the idea of these hallucinations is that it brings contentment.
Nice. We got a question from the chat about what's behind the player of Kodo right now. Physically.
we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
They were
It's coming.
gonna ask.
Yeah.
It's
So this is
fucking epic, is what it is.
it's my Fallout themed background that I put together for my basement, my little man cave. I don't have a good way of showing it.
That's not an
Can we
image
get a
that he
full
put
screen?
behind
Can we get
him.
a
That's
full
not
screen?
green
Yeah.
screen.
Uh,
That's
He's
his
Not in front of a
basement.
blue screen.
Yeah,
I just
that's
want to
not-
make sure
okay.
that is understood.
Yes.
That's his basement.
You are looking at a real table. You're looking at real objects, and hanging on the wall, you see 2 posters on left and right. But center, folks, those are real 3D printed, painted, sculpted, and carved objects from Fallout to scale.
Mm-hmm.
All also created by.
If you join the Discord link I just
Awesome.
put into the chat, you can join our Discord, and occasionally he puts pictures of his stuff as he's making it up.
Oh
So
yeah,
you
it's
can get
coming in
some-
a nice focus now.
You'll get to see some better photos of it once
He,
you
yeah.
join the Discord.
He's beyond human, everybody. He really is.
Honestly,
He made tonight's
All
intro.
real
He makes all that stuff.
an
The-
actual wizard.
Wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's made himself blurry.
Artificer. I feel like
Yeah,
Clint's an
Artificer.
artificer.
Yeah,
For
no,
sure.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Clint's the
Real world
artificer.
artificer. For sure.
Yeah. So, as the night goes on, drinking and joy to be had by all, warm conversations. At one point, Kizzy approaches you, Skeezer. Anybody is welcome to be a part of this or not be a part of this. It's your call. She is not happy. She's a little shaken. She seems a little almost worried. And she hands this to you.
Everything okay, Kizzy? Who's
boy.
oh, wait a minute. I think I've heard of this guy. Plexitix Twiddlewit. Didn't know the last name. Does bear an uncanny resemblance to somebody quite attractive. See.
I owe you. I owe you a bit of. I owe you an apology, Skeezer.
Do you now? Wait, there must be something at the bottom I'm supposed to have read at this point. Am I supposed to get the apology after reading that part?
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Go ahead. I don't want to. Whenever you're ready.
Well, let's see. Let me read this out loud because it helps me understand a little better. Let's see. It says, has a giant picture of me there in a purple outfit with giant, amazing shoes, very curly on the front, and tools just hanging from me. Or one that looks like me exactly. Has the name Plexitix Twiddlewit at the top. It says,
280 years old. 4 ascendancies, transmutation, conjuration, abjuration, and illusion. His ascendancy in illusion was his first, and he is talented in this ability. Do not trust your senses near him. Ooh. Clever, distracted, aloof, and favors isolation. Well, I don't know if that's true, but will run before he will fight. Well, okay, so maybe there's some subtle differences between this one and me. Registered residence. 328 Stretchbin Lane. Flute Quarter. Millrabopolis. His family in Millrab. I've heard this place before, I think. There it is. I'll just go ahead and make that appear for the audience.
I was posting on Discord, sorry.
Let's see. No contacts since disappearance. Use extreme caution and distance. Do not engage. Watch, track, and report. Do not let him onto your surveillance. He is extremely dangerous. Oh, I see. That's the part you're apologizing for. So, I assume then that you've been monitoring us, as I've suspected.
My name is Kizzy, but I was sent to find him, and when I found you and Dibbin, I had to report back. I am a retrieval agent for the Academy.
Oh, great.
I was. I think that's past me now.
Are we sure of that?
Don't have a whole lot of choice, I don't think, out here.
Right. Are you suggesting the Academy could retrieve us all right now if you needed to?
No.
Oh.
I've
You're no longer a
reached-
retrieval agent, are you?
No,
It
I'm
might be
not.
why it's behind her at this point. But go on.
I have attempted to contact, but it's silence. No responses.
Not even the Academy's reaches this place.
No. I can't scry, but I can send messages in a fashion. And typically, the response is a voice that comes back to my mind. That's been our correspondence in the past. When I met up with you at Shepherd's Point, after you got me out of the cave, I made contact.
I see.
Regardless, we're to bring all of you back alive. The Academy now officially knows that there's fake versions of Plixitix.
So that's what we are.
We're something. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But the Academy feels somehow he's responsible for what you are.
So this would be then the reason why you've been studying Tippin and I while we sleep.
Yes, it doesn't make any sense.
All the
And
notes and all that. So what
Yes.
what is Plixitix said to have done that has warranted all this?
Well, all I know is that the Academy has activated a number of us to find you long before I actually met you. I believe I received... Feels like it's been so long now. I received notification of your contract a good 2 weeks before I actually was captured. And then I don't really know how long I was in the cave. He's considered extremely dangerous. We've been all advised to befriend him and get his trust and subdue him in his sleep. And all we know is now officially he is possessed in the eyes of the Academy of an arcana that's previously unknown. And the last thing they told me is that he is a danger to everyone and everything.
Well, considering how tightly the Academy tries to clamp down on all forms of magic, especially experimental magic, I guess that's just par for the course. Now,
I'm so sorry. That's how this all started, but I don't work for them anymore, and even if I did work for them, I wouldn't. I didn't know I would meet somebody like Wrighton, and I didn't know I would end up in a place like this. So I'm just gonna stay with all of you if you'll have me, and I'll do whatever I can to work this off, because I've been living a deception amongst you, and I just hope that I can earn back your trust.
Well, given this situation and the fact that your job was at one time to earn my trust and get me to let down my guard so that you could apprehend me, I would suppose this looks awfully similar to that. But your inevitable betrayal will be an interesting outcome nonetheless. Let's be honest here. I mean, before, when the gentlemen, they said that they saw 3 individuals come looking for me. I assume these are your people?
They're different. I know what that is, though. I am not a mage. I am an asset that the Academy works with because at times they find it advantageous to not work with mages. You met one of their retrieval teams that's in a much higher capacity that works directly for the Academy. I'm what you might consider an outside contractor or consultant. I work on a short-term basis. That was officially an ARC team, ARC, Academy Requisition Corps.
Huh.
I've worked with them in the past, not those 3, but I've been assigned and attached to teams before and had to be given specific orders from them. They're sent typically to hunt objects, anomalies, and individuals, bring them back.
So there's a bounty on his head?
Yes.
How much?
Well, to my understanding, the bonus I receive, am I to personally bring him back, or with any sort of assistance to be split either way, comes out to a total of 10,000 platinum, but that's for Plixitix himself.
Ooh.
So this is all quite confusing. And I didn't get a response back regarding any change in the bounty based on the existence of Dibbin and Skeezer. So it is a little bit confusing, because by the time we were wrapped up in the storm, that would have been the time frame of a response.
So once we get back within the Academy's range, however that is to be, we can expect there to be more hunters coming.
Definitely.
Now, just to put this out here, because I know he's going to want to know. If Balrin were to turn me in for the knockoff Plixitix, how much would he get? I know he's begging to ask this question. I'm actually kind of curious.
10,000 platinum, right?
No, that was for the real one.
That's for Plixitix. I do not know for Skeezer, but my assumption is it would make you a wealthy man in platinum. But that can't happen because I do not know if Skeezer will ever leave the tower again.
Well, there's your answer. All right, so let's pretend for a moment that I have a lead on where the actual individual is. What do you think will happen to him?
It's never my job to make those assumptions. It's my job to bring him in. That's it. I don't make the decisions. I'm just a hand from a very long arm. But if there's anything I can do to make this better, I'll do whatever it takes, Skeezer. I have no intention of you ever seeing the inside of that tower.
Yeah, I almost ended up there really early on.
I want to keep you as far away from that as possible.
Now, I think it was Morgaine, Balrin, and was Fulcrum there? You guys saw the retrieval team? Didn't you say it looked like they were like really upset before they just winked out?
At this point, Fulcrum actually stumbles in from the crowd with a bit of a drink.
Hallucinating.
Kodo, this is amazing. Everyone looks really serious.
No, everyone is having a good time.
I know I am.
That's really good. It's like, but this the thing because she's a liar, and he's a thingy, and I'm Skukeezer.
Skukeezer.
Yeah, we did see him.
I heard something about locking Skeezer up in a tower. Skeezer, you shouldn't get locked up in a tower.
We're trying
Yeah, we're gonna grab him and
I don't
sell
want to
him.
get locked up in a tower either.
Then I'll
we're
be the
avoiding that. We're
only
avoiding that.
Skukeezer. Oh, Captain.
Oh, it's fine.
He's totally the captain. It's true. We'll all start having to get used to calling him that.
Is he causing you guys any sorts of like fucking problems or something? Hold on. You okay? No, I'm not gonna call you Skukeezer. Come on.
Yes. Which half of Fulcrum is the captain? That's awesome.
Nice.
And does sorry about this, guys. And then does takes Tonko and sort of drags him off. And then as he's dragging off, he's like,
I'm the Skukeezer.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, we did see their team though. They seem to be arguing with themselves. I think, at least the way it seemed, they knew that they were on a time crunch, or that they knew they were gonna get winked out. And then I think they knew they were out of time, and they almost like said their goodbyes to each other and then gone.
Well, why would they say goodbyes to one another if all they were doing is just returning?
Oh, the
Didn't sound
mage
like they were
guys.
Yeah,
They
back on
sound
the
like
boat
this
quite a
was it.
long time ago. Back in
Yeah,
last week.
they look scared. I thought it was like they got disintegrated or something.
Yeah, they said.
I'm
their
guessing
goodbyes.
coming back as a failure has punishment and not a reward waiting for them when they return.
Or there's no return.
Or, well, you think like, because we can't like get out of here, and we don't know if we're part of like home. What if they need to like teleport in somehow for like a little bit, and they get like sucked back out again?
Got her, chat.
Sorry about that.
wow.
Just knocking us out of character here. So good.
All right. Well, Captain,
Sorry.
if any of them can teleport here and teleport us back out, I'd almost suggest it'd be a welcome thing at this point.
I mean, yeah, it just seems like maybe they can't stay.
Well, I don't know. The consequences here, if that is what happened, their failure ends up getting them destroyed or disintegrated or whatever, that does not spell a pretty picture out for me getting captured.
Yeah, I hope they didn't die. I hope it was them just getting pulled back, but they were like crying and sobbing, and it was bad. Well, they said like not again or something.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. Sorry, I don't really want to think about it because it doesn't really make me feel very like content right now. You
Yeah, I
know,
remember they said something, but it was unimportant at the time.
Kodo, you got a tap on your shoulder. It's Ajo.
Yes. Hey, Joe.
We have to talk about something, if that's not too much trouble.
Sure.
This looks terribly important, but if you have a moment, Sis and I are waiting.
Sure. Excuse me, fellas. I have some business to handle.
Oh,
sure,
okay.
Kodo.
Now, so you step aside, and Vitrak is waiting over the starboard side.
Now, we've brought another into this, but it's only because it's not making a lot of sense, and we're checking with you. And
so far he's behaved. And Zerzig steps from behind Vitrak. Labatagaz is not here. So the four of you are along the starboard side, and Vitrak pipes up. Did you have a strange dream last night?
I did.
The three of us did as well. We saw an island with a mountain.
Did you see him?
We heard a thing. We all had a voice, but it seems as though only of the color-born of ancients had this dream. The metallic-born did not. We don't know entirely what that means.
I don't either.
I did not leave the room. I saw it through a window on the side of the ship that, to be honest, there is no window in my room. Zerzig here actually seemed to get the closest of the three of us. And he pipes up, and he doesn't make eye contact with you. And he bows his head. I left the boat, and I walked upon the beach. The sand was rough. It didn't feel like sand. It felt like small rock. There were rolling hills, and on those hills at the base of the mountain were very large metal boulders. That is all I know. And then the voice spoke to me. It said, free me and I'll free you. Liba is upset, like that she is left out of this circle. I would beg of you, great Koto, give her time, please, to find the way. If you could do that, I will steer her back in a direction of clear thinking. Your mercy is appreciated. That I still breathe is Ishara's grace, most certainly. Thank you. And he steps aside.
My plan, after we, the crew, go to Vola Sands, is to attempt to find information on this island. I haven't spoken to the crew yet about our dreams. But he did tell me that if I set him free, he will take me home. And I assume that goes for all of us.
It was a strange occurrence. This is Vitrak speaking. It was a strange occurrence, and so we wanted to confirm that it happened to you as well. We'll follow your lead, whatever you think is the best place. It's undeniable that there is a luck about this group that holds us together. And if that's Ishara, then praise be.
Thank you.
We didn't mean to interrupt. We'll leave you two things. I'll keep an eye on the others. And Ajo's like, I'm going to stay here with him. Do you need anything? And then they talk about like handing off drinks. And so then Ajo comes back to your circle. And Ajo absent-mindedly reaches over and clinks Balron's cup.
I heard about Captain. You didn't want it, really?
It's not a matter of want. It's a matter of oath.
Oh, because of that, I'm out 20 gold, so thanks.
Well, there's a reason why I've strived so hard to continue to be first mate. It's my job for the Order, the Circle, to make sure I have the captain's ear at all times.
So, what do you guys want to do with the rest of the night? Is there anything you want to discuss? Is there any NPC you want to talk to? And if so, about what? Or are you calling it a night?
There's a matter of business that I do have to handle with Fulcrum. Captain Fulcrum, that is.
Sure.
And walks into his quarters. Come here, Captain.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Opens up his chest, pulls out some rolled documents.
Your chest?
No, his
chest?
chest under his bunk.
Just making sure.
Pulls out some rolled documents and hands them to you. This is yours now.
What is this?
That's all Captain Burrell's debt for the repairs on the grid back in Glassgate. Just transferred the title of the ship over to the new captain, being you. You're now 10,000 gold in debt. Congratulations.
What does that mean?
I took them from Fitzy back in Glassgate to ensure that he couldn't hold that over Captain's head, but now that you are the captain, you should be in possession of them.
Okay. That sounds like it's important. What's that mean?
That means when you get back to Glassgate, you're going to be a very poor man.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't really care. So who am I in debt to? What?
The Consortium of Trelane, I believe. Yes. Don't worry. They'll
No, I
only
don't
be
know if we
like the
thought this
second or
through.
third group of people who are hunting you, so...
Yeah. No, I think if we ever brought the boat back there, I might retire.
It's a great way to get out of debt.
Because they'll
Next
definitely want to
captain.
throw me in jail. Yeah, you know what? I'll hold on to these.
Bankruptcy via retirement?
I'll hold on to these because maybe I'll need to come up with the moniker. Okay. Thanks. This you know what? Actually, this is exactly kind of the thing I expected from you, Baldwin. Thank you. All right. Have a good night. Wait, was that it?
Oh, you'll also need to reassign all the positions on the ship for both ships and the crew, and you'll have to set us a course for where you wish for us to go next. The maps are in there on Captain's table.
Sure.
And if he hasn't had too much to drink, Skeezer can probably chart you a course.
Skeezer's good at maps. Yeah, Skeezer's at maps on the maps. You'll be on the wheel. Yeah.
You have to assign someone new to the crow's nest unless you're going to go up there yourself, Captain.
Oh.
Morgaine should be good. He has keen elven eyes.
Oh yeah.
His keen elven eyes.
You want to go up in the
His
crow's nest, Morgan?
non-sleeping, keen elven eyes.
I mean, I don't know if anyone will hear you playing up there, but you could like practice.
Probably better. I gotta practice.
And not like make us all burst into tears. Though I mean, it's really nice.
It's nice when we
I
burst
kind of
into
like it. It's
tears.
weird. Anyways, okay,
Stockholm syndrome.
great. I'm gonna put these in a. Wait, where am I sleeping?
In your bunk.
Oh, okay, sure.
So you decide where the captain's
Just
quarters
like,
are.
go to my regular bunk.
When you get to your bunk, you can see that placed in front of your bunk. So it's kind of awkward to have to crawl around it because there's other bunks right next to it, is a bench that is now a desk that Lindell has put there. And there's like little stacks of stuff. And it's the world's shittiest desk is now in front of a underwhelming captain's quarters that is basically a cubicle.
It fucking gets in
we
there.
need
He's
to
like,
get one of those
wow.
mannequins that's only a head,
Oh.
just so you can put your massive hat on it when you're not wearing it.
As
need
you
one of
sit
those.
there. Oh, Fishy, thank you for bits. Air Laser,
Thank
for
you.
bits.
Thank you for all the
We're getting
bits.
bits.
bits, so many bits.
If we get down some, I will totally fabricate that hat for him, so it's real.
Yeah,
So-
we need to figure it out.
Well, I've
yeah.
got disguise kit skills. I gotta be able to figure this out. Come on.
If you sit at the at your bunk and sit down after this night of celebration, there's a very sobering piece of paper sitting there that lists that of the original 37 halflings, only 25 remain.
Damn.
Jocelyn and Hakara passed. The Tolerance had a crew originally of 61 that's been reduced to 34. And that Duz's Dozen, which was Duz's crew of 12 miners that did not include Tonko, has been reduced to only 3. They were key in leading the charge that was led by the Grit because they're actually seasoned adventurers compared to all the various crafts people and townies that you had and travelers.
Thanks for all the
Duz's
bits, everyone.
Dozen is a oh my god.
It's raining.
There's
Just
bits.
Oh, it's a
so many
bits
bits.
fight.
All the bits.
See,
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks
See,
for the
there was a-
bits.
There was a whole secondary crew that got TPK'd, so that's what Air Laser was asking for.
Technically,
Dozens,
they weren't
dozen.
TPK.
Dozen.
There was about,
basically.
About
Oh,
60
what happened to
people,
Fruitzilla?
basically.
Oh, he's so black and white.
They made him black and white.
Monochrome.
Oh no!
So if you guys switch over, you'll see that on the deck of the Tolerance is Duz's Dozen plus Precita and Captain Casey. If she's not on there, I will add her.
Well, there she is.
That was her.
That's Captain
Who's
Casey.
the giant stone-looking guy?
That is a female Goliath named Egak that you guys have met. She's Duz's Dozen.
Hell yeah.
All right.
She's the one that sort of kept watch briefly. You guys had a couple words with her, and she would help with scouting parties.
Okay, that's right.
And that is your new roster, so to speak. The miners are now the Tolerance, and so most of the NPCs you're aware of that are the halflings and the Dragonborn are all on the Grit unless Kodo wants otherwise.
Okay.
I'm
So
fine with
what
that.
is our total number at this point between the two ships? Are we like looking at still over 100? Are we like down
No.
to 50?
No.
No,
It's like
you guys are
25
closer to like
halflings.
maybe 70, 60 or 70 total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got like our freaking Babylon 5 crew count thing going on right here. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Babylon 5. What am I saying? Battlestar Galactica.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, as night approaches, Fulcrum,
Yeah, we need to talk about that, Fulcrum.
you wake up and you're on a soft, woven mattress underneath a thick, woven blanket. And then your bed rises and falls. You look around and you hear the familiar sound of a loom. You're inside of a relatively comfortable but tight quartered little hut or crafting room.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Rip.
Oh, what happened?
That's a lot of it.
thanks for the bits.
Thank you.
Thanks for the bits.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Killing our DM over there.
I have to. My voice is going to be confident going, ow! Way too much. You see suspended from the ceiling multiple racks and walls of thread and yarn, some thin, some thick, some that have little knots already tied into them, but they are only 7 colors: silver, gold, red, gray, orange, green, and black. And as they weave in and out of a large thing, start to notice that the bed you're on extends around the room.
Thank you for the bits. Challenge accepted.
The bed that rises and falls, curls around the room, and rises up into a multiple cloth-covered form. And you are resting on the tail of Sataza. Her multiple arms, 4, are weaving together. And you can see her kindly face looks in your direction, and one hand casually picks up from a table an iron bowl with a spoon in it, and you see steaming soup. You should have some of that. You look a little worn out.
You could say that. Thank you. You're very comfortable, if you don't mind me saying so.
It's very important to keep an eye on one's crafting, for to take the eye off would create a flaw. A flaw cannot be tolerated because the journey is about perfection. Lack of focus is very disappointing, especially when opportunities for good craft, something that will last, should never be overlooked.
That sounds wise. I know you wanted the widow bride dead. She did get away, but pretty sure we injured her pretty gravely.
There is completion of beautiful things. Yes. And there's no such thing as a half-complete thing. So the craftsman must remain focused at all times. So disappointed. And as she says that, her face starts to slide. And there is a perfectly round seam, almost as if her kindly old face is just a porcelain mask. And behind, for a moment, you see a large insectoid moving mandible and 5 hemispherical black beady eyes. Yes. Disappointed. And you wake up.
So, morning, Captain. Gibbons brought us tea.
Oh, wait. There's more?
Oh, never mind.
More. Dreams are real life.
Balron.
Yeah.
It's your shift at the wheel. You're keeping an eye on the night sky, but a storm is rolling in. The spinning clouds were overcast the whole day of the pyre, but now those clouds are starting to talk. Rumble here, rumble there, flash here. And then the curtain of rain starts to roll in from the starboard side. It seems to run in a wall of water that's spinning with a clockwise movement of the sky. As it rolls in, you start to go about checking things, locking things down, making sure every hatch is nice and sealed so people can actually have a decent night's sleep. And then lightning starts to flash. And it's nice to have lightning and not in the middle of a fight for once. On the fourth flash, you notice that the chest is open. But you know it was shut.
Which chest?
The.
Oh.
You see a single little arm carapace pop up, then another, and bumbling up off the lip and half crawling, half falling thunk, onto the deck. A fiddler crab starts to hobble towards you.
I
It's
kneel
about-
down.
It stops, backs up, and you enter a staring contest with a fiddler crab.
I walk over to the chest.
As you approach, it scurries back into the chest and dives back into the water.
I go and I take a peek down inside the chest, see if there's anything else down there.
Light, faint, blue, deep. A shaft of light coming in an odd direction, almost like a moonbeam caught in the mist.
Interesting. All right. I suppose I'm the only one on watch right now, aren't I?
Of course, it's raining.
There's rain, there's a storm going on.
You think Morgaine might be up top, but you didn't really check once the rain came in.
Can't get my gear wet, dude.
You see over at the Tolerance, Egak is standing tall on the prow of the ship. She's sort of generally surveying things. For a second, you wonder if Goliath sleep too.
Interesting. All right, well, it is a new day. I suppose I have my wild shapes back.
You do?
Technically, I don't think I get them till dawn, so I don't think I have any wild shapes left, actually. Or has it been a whole day since?
It
was the day of the pyre, then it's been
This
another
is
day. so I do
technically
have my-
like
I
day
do
the
have
end
my
of
wild
day
shapes
2.
back. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take reef shark form. Crawl in and wild shape into a reef shark and swim to see what's down there.
You enter the depths. The current here is strong. It pushes in and whips around. The water is freezing, below freezing. And as you go deeper, it's colder and colder. Fish whip around, but also strange things you've seen in these waters. You see the 3-pronged giant starfish. You see the glass bubble like not quite jellyfish with shells that pop around. When you get to the bottom, you see a light coming out of, at first, what seemed to be a cave. But now that you're level with close to the bottom here, you see it's a structure, a built structure. And it's sizable too. Built into a rock formation at this bottom. And this formation has to be easily 80 feet tall, maybe more, because it's situated in the base of what becomes a much larger ravine to the right. A temple. There's carvings that spiral up pillars that lead into an open grand doorway.
Do I recognize any symbols?
You do. You see a symbol of Elos as one of 4 that are stretched across the top.
All right, I'll swim on in.
Inside, you see a staircase that flows down, and it's like it's on all sides as it's sunken. And down this, it's mostly carvings and scroll work that looks like somebody built into the floor and running all the way around like the ribs of a whale, except that they snake and they wave. And at the base, through another archway from this entry chamber, you see statues in the distance, but you do first, the moment you're inside the temple, smell blood in the water.
I'll follow the trail of blood since that's what sharks do best.
Give me a perception. Night,
get
air
it.
laser.
I get advantage as a shark on
Good night.
Perception checks based on.
Sharks can smell blood 3 miles away. I just read that in a book yesterday.
Sweet.
To my kids. Yeah.
So my mighty 11 is slightly
Not for
better
myself,
than
for
the
my
10.
kids.
For
Man,
my
a
kids.
4 to
enough.
5. That's rough.
It's enough for you to tell. It is not human or elven blood.
I'll see if I can follow it.
Actually, it's neither. I'm trying to think of every blood you've smelled. It's not the party's blood. It's not gnome. It's not tiefling or tiefamar blood, and it's definitely not dragonborn blood.
That's fine. I'll just if I can catch the whiff of it and follow it, I'll try to trail it to wherever it's coming
You
from.
snake around, and it loops up and around and behind 4 giant statues in this central chamber past the entry chamber. One is an elven woman. She stands at 12 feet tall. One is humanoid and broken. It is missing its left shoulder, part of its neck and jawline, and it's broken down to its hip. The third is spooky. It is a fish-like humanoid that looks aggressive and alien. And the fourth is a barrel-chested male with pointed ears and a beard that's got carved into it starfish, urchins, fish, and other things. And the blood trail leads you to a single octopus that's lazily swimming around in here.
Bowron is going to release to normal Bowron form and cast his water breathing. And he'll pull the trident.
It's at this point that you recognize that the third, the aggressive statue, is also holding your trident. Except in this version, your trident is 10 feet long.
This is the one that we took from the swamp jaws, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Give me a religion check.
Only a 10. Rolling like crap today.
You do recognize the first statue is Elas. She has lengthy hair of a beautiful, middle-aged elven woman. She has some lines on her face, but one would not say elves get wrinkles, so to speak. They get a few lines of wisdom. But old for an elf looks like maybe young for a human. And so she has hair that comes down in the statue that becomes waves and sea foam that flow across her whole form. Only her upper half is visible, and the lower half appears to be waves of water that form a pillar that make up the statue. And her fingers are webbed, and that statue is holding a chest. The chest.
Oh. What about the broken
octopus.
one and
The octopus lazily swims around and sort of rests somewhat center and unfurls its tentacles a little bit and just kind of sits and looks maybe at you, maybe past you. It's tough to tell the sight line of a cephalopod.
True.
The third statue is a fish-like humanoid. Its back is covered in spines. It's got gills on its neck. It's got vertical eye slits, and its lower half is triple long fishtail. And I don't mean like fins. I mean 3 fish tails, almost like tentacles, but they are like fishtail. She holds the trident in one hand, and her other hand clutches 9 harpoons. The last, the man with the beard, is holding a single long-handed fishing net, and around his neck is an amulet with a compass star. And the broken one, the second one, is 2 feet taller than the other, and it has 4 arms. It's a man. He is hairless, smiling, and he's chiseled and beautiful. He has 4 arms and 2 legs. He's wearing shells and primitive garb that all look sea-like. And with the exception of the 4 arms, he looks totally human. However, behind his arms and behind his legs at the elbow or knee joint, he has secondaries that become tentacle-like on the backside only.
Okay.
And he is wearing an ornate belt that has a nautilus relief on the buckle. And that belt is like a wrestling federation belt, unnecessarily wide.
Nice.
So Elos has the chest, and the fish man had the trident, and this one has a belt. Was there something on the broken one?
The broken one is the belt.
Oh, the broken one has the belt. So the fourth one was the really big, barrel-chested one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he has a amulet around his neck that looks like a compass star on a map.
Well, I suppose I have a belt and an amulet to find. I look around. Is there anything here mentioned in any of the glyphs or writings on the cave walls or anything about the 3 once 1?
No.
All right, well, I
You
suppose at
see
least we
that
know where the
the
chest is now.
Octopus, the blood that keeps grabbing your attention, because even though you've shaken shark form, it's still kind of gnawing at you a little bit. And you see that 2 of its legs underneath its left eye, arms, 2 of its arms under its left eye have wounds that are pretty big, and those are actively bleeding, and the other 6 are fine.
I'll make my way over towards it carefully, see if it'll let me near it.
It does, and then you start to see it's shifting and just resting.
I will reach over and spend a level 1 cure wounds spell.
You burn the spell. The spell flows into it. It staunches the bleeding, but the damage remains. And the wounds scar over, ugly and broken. Your faith cannot heal me, nail bearer.
Who are you? Take your real form.
And he warps into a slightly bigger than you merman, but he's not like a merman you saw. He looks like he's got spiky fins on the back. He's got like almost like a Patagia webbing underneath his arms that are spiny. He's got webbed fingers, and instead of a long tail that ends politely in a beautiful fin, his is jagged, and it also has spikes in it. He's all dark colors and then bright white markings.
How'd you get down here?
It is my charge to watch this place. I was and am no.
Whatever happened to Sally? What was she doing down in here?
Waiting. But she could not see this place. It's not hers to find. I am the cup bearer.
The cup bearer. Well, cup bearer, I don't see a cup in any of these statues.
He lazily points to the chest. The cup. He points to the trident. The star. He points to the belt. The winch. Of the mother's embrace.
I see.
Nail bearer. The fourth is lost, and maybe forever. And with that, he gestures to the broken statue. Find the third.
The amulet.
That's your charge, nail bearer. As I give the cup to you.
For Elos I will.
For the four. And with that, he melts, becoming the water.
Byron begins swimming his way back up out of the chest.
As you swim away, the light goes out in the temple, but the temple remains. And you can still clearly see it, like camouflage. Now that you've noticed where it is, you can easily see it. You don't know why you didn't really see it before the first couple times you poked the chest. But it is very deep down. So as you swim out, you emerge. And with that, everybody has a wonderful night, unless you are Fulcrum. And so I believe we're going to try and take a break right now. Yes?
Good spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's take a
This
quick
is a good
yeah,
stuff. This is
We
good.
will break.
Good break spot.
A lot of people hopping in tonight out of
No kidding.
watching count's been
Thanks for
amazing,
joining, everybody.
which is
Yeah.
fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We hope to continue to make that time you've spent worth it for you. We'll see you when we come
now
back in a
we're
bit.
We're number 6 right now on
Ooh.
on Twitch.
Well,
so
we'll be back very shortly.
Bring
Thank
your
you, everybody.
friends.
Thanks for everybody watching.
get us up there.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. It's awesome.
Thank you for the follow there,
Yes, thank you.
football
Yeah.
chick.
Oh,
Thank you.
Football
Fantastic.
Chick
Thank you.
follows us. Thank you, Football Chick.
All right, so we're coming back in a tight 10.
Yes,
Yeah.
tight 10.
Tight 10.
10 minutes. We'll be
Tightest
right
10.
back, guys. We'll be right back.
Taking
Use the
10.
restrooms. Refill your drinks.
Woohoo!
Yes.
you feel that the
Hey, we're
formation-
live, guys.
We're back.
Hey.
We're back.
Shocked.
Sorry.
Sorry to see us, guys. Rough.
Am I still frozen?
Oh no. Yeah,
You are
We got a
frozen.
frozen DM.
It's okay. Who needs to see the emotions of a DM?
Check out my
Yeah.
sweet ventriloquism skills. My mouth
Yeah.
ain't even moving.
That's impressive.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Stream dog to make up for it, and he hates
God,
it.
let's hope that works.
He hates it so much.
Oh,
Don't
he's a
lift him up
champ
too
about
high.
it.
It might be against terms of services over there.
Yeah, be careful with him, Cam.
It's fine.
He's
It's fine.
got Skippy.
Covered.
Skippy. That's right. That's right.
Now I really just want Levi the DM the rest of the session with his camera frozen like
I
that.
think I'll be fine. Yeah. Let's just
Okay. Is there
All
anything I can do about that, or just
No, probably not. No.
Okay, cool.
Well, we're back.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back.
So, you all wake up in the morning and cue Fulcrum waking up.
Ah! Oh,
Wakey, wakey, Captain.
hi. On the ship. On the ship. Okay.
Yep.
Morning.
Morning. Currently 1 fulcrum. It's good.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Well, yesterday, there was.
Right. Well, I guess you kind of know what that feels like, huh?
Yeah, it's a little weird seeing yourself beside yourself there. Been meaning to ask you about that.
Is this gonna be like a running gag? Oh no, I just did it. Okay. Anyways,
I'm
what
back.
do we do?
Oh, he's back. Look at him.
Nuts, bitches.
It was the power of the nuts that brought you back.
That's how it works.
It's the power of the nut.
The power of the nuts.
This camera brought to you by
Thank you,
Nuts.
Blue Diamond.
Smokehouse.
Shameless. Just utterly shameless. I love it.
Thank you for the bits, by the way. Sorry.
Got some bits for
Got
Bogey.
to get that in there.
Bits for Bogey.
Thank you.
It's for Bogey.
Bogey bit.
Bits for Bogey.
So,
He's begging me. He's right down here.
everything
Being
okay
Captain-
with you?
Well, being captain didn't really stop the nightmares, so I mean, I guess some things don't change. Nightmares.
No, they usually
just
increase them.
nightmares. Oh, hi, Ballerin.
Hey, thanks,
Oh,
Animal
look,
Geeks.
I
Thank
am-
you.
Thank
Appreciate the sub. Thank you.
Thank you, Animal.
Thanks,
TV.
Animal G.
Is Devin making any coffee?
Oh, yeah, there's something brewing up right next to us, actually.
Oh,
I'm right on top of that, Captain.
oh, thanks. I'll be here at my desk as I like slide out of my bunk, like right to this little, like, desk. in front of
Super
me.
awkward.
Like,
Giant hat bumping the ceiling a little
it's like,
bit.
oh, okay, this Skeezer, this is a little loud. The plumage is. Can we bring it in?
Beautiful
about that?
plumage.
I
Oh,
like
yeah,
Beautiful
no, I'm-
plumage.
straight.
It's a bit much for me. I'd like something a little bit more stylish because then, like, I know you. Trying to think about what you said. You guys were talking about me showing off my horns and.
I was thinking about your horns right up, and then the
Well, they're not-
plumage just
there's not a lot
extends out
to
to the
'em.
sides.
But, I guess, just not too much plumage. Thanks.
Okay,
So,
fine. We can tune it.
But I guess I'm feeling okay, and I'm gonna actually take a second for probably the first time I've had a moment to look as I'm not in my armor at the moment from just sleeping, and I just kind of look over like scar tissue. Like, was I? I was thinking she like bisected me like across the waist, but I'm like, did she literally like go like down in between? Like I was like halvesies, like
It was at the waist,
okay.
and it was a somewhat diagonal slash. So the
Okay.
laceration begins just beneath the ribs
Mm.
and ends just above the hip bone.
Oh,
You
Nice.
have a thick scar tissue that still has stitching across it, like it is both a scar and a tattoo that's been embroidered.
I guess I sewed myself back together with Dibben's help. Thank you for that again, Dibben. I know that was weird. That was weird for me too.
Yeah, so about that. Have you been feeling okay? We're of the same sort sometimes, and it seemed like maybe you're less of a real boy than maybe we thought.
Oh, I know. I mean, I always knew I was like a freak. I'm not normal.
Well, you didn't
I'm
seem
not
to have
really a
internal
person.
organs.
Oh, no, I mean, I was made. I was put together. I was sewn together. I don't ever really feel very good about it. To be honest.
Fair.
But I mean, I guess that's all kind of normal. What was different though was the person I can thank for giving me Stitch and all this here. She really wants the widow bride dead, and I don't think she's very happy that she got away.
Well, it's a good thing. At least on the same team, so to speak.
I've never seen it do what it did. It came all the way out of me. It almost kind of reminded me of the first time I saw it.
Well, you haven't been this close to death in quite a while.
No, that was the closest ever. I think. Wait, should I ask Kodo if I'm dead? I've seen him do the things with the eyes sometimes, and he looks at me. I mean, maybe he'll just look at me like with the same kind of like I don't know about you like stare. But do you think I'm like a zomble?
No, I think you're like a construct, maybe.
Construct.
Or,
Okay.
Something along those lines.
Kind of like you, I guess.
More or
you're
less,
saying.
yeah. Potentially. Potentially there's more in common than we originally thought. But if you say you feel okay, then
it's kind of like we're cousins or something.
Captain?
Oh, captain stuff. Right. Yeah, sure. Yeah, what yeah, Lindell?
Captain stuff.
We got a plan of heading or something like that, because,
yes,
not that there's a big draw or nothing, but some people are feeling like...
No, we need a direction, that's for sure. People need to feel like we're doing something.
Yeah, they do need that.
So I am going to summon a council of,
Who should I go get?
I'll get the Burls boys. All the usuals. Balrin, Skeezer here.
Right, sure.
Morgaine,
Burls boys.
Kodo. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay. I mean, Wrighton if he wants to join in for sure. Yeah.
Martin. All right, I'll get Wrighton
is
too
that-
then.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm like ordering you.
And he pops off.
Bye.
Hey, Baron.
Yes, Lindell.
Captain Scott meeting of Burls boys. Morgaine.
Yeah,
Burls boys meet with the captain. Skeezer.
Captain Fulcrum.
Yeah.
No. Skeezer.
That's me. I'm Skakiza.
Okay, is he?
No, I'm already assembled. I'm already in next to the captain.
Oh, right, okay.
I think he's just whoever he wants to be.
Kodo.
What?
Burst boys meeting with the captain.
Who's that?
You're a bird boy.
No, I'm not.
It's what Captain told you. It's not. I don't make the rules. I just enforce what a captain says.
New captain or old captain?
New captain called you a bird boy.
Why did I nominate him?
Fine.
Oh. And with that, Burl's boys gathers in the cramped quarters of Fulcrum that is shared by other crewmates.
Hey, everybody.
Dibben is getting breakfast ready, literally in the same room as you guys, because it's the same room. Ajo is still asleep. He's sleeping off last night's drinking behind you guys. You guys are talking. It's like,
Wow. Wow, everyone really came. Hi. So we need to come up with where we need to go next. I know there's probably got to be a few ideas. We got to track down this widow bride lady, maybe. I don't know if killing her will get us home, but I don't really know what to do. Does anyone have any ideas?
Did
We
you
got a
call
lot of
me a
directions.
girl boy? Fulcrum.
Oh, well, I just kind of thought he was one of us, and we kind of just called ourselves that a little bit before we met Yokota. And I meant it as like a
That was your crew's name, was Burl's Boys?
It was like kind of unofficial. Actually, that was the first thing that got shouted at us by a bunch of guys on a dock who then wanted to like shank us. So maybe it's not like the best moniker.
Skeezer's looking right at Fulcrum, like from behind Kodo, being like,
We need to change that name then.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Technically, so we'll do whatever.
Should totally make it Fulcrum's
Ship should still be.
Now that you know.
Fulcrum's fellows. Fulcrum's followers.
No. Alliteration's nice. But this. Wait. But I didn't call a meeting to figure out a name. We need to do more important things. So.
Right.
Direction. We need to go somewhere that is not here, so people feel like we're getting things done.
I say, if we're gonna go off and we're gonna chase down something else, we should
the true enemy of the party rears its head.
Yeah, it does.
Yes, right.
Decisions.
Oh, Fruitzilla has arrived.
The mighty
His
Fruitzilla
generosity knows
no bounds.
No bounds.
I love that he can announce himself with like 10 of his own emotes. It's great.
So good. Well, I do have something of interest that I do believe that the individual I am in that liking of is somewhere in Vula Sands. I didn't mention this to you before, but I found one of his spell books, and it is sentient, and it told me to go find him there. And now Kizzy reveals that he's an actual person.
Really? That's what you found there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're not too far from Vula Sands, so that's definitely an option.
We can pick up some supplies, and then when we're ready, we can leave from there.
I thought not for nothing, but we weren't supposed to go back there no more because Loch Balron killed the town.
Well, all the people that were offended are dead now.
Gonna go.
That is, but Balron killed the town of a different faction of Wavin, right, Balron? And then New Wavin came in who are okay with the fact that you helped them sack the town?
I didn't exactly sort them all out before I destroyed their whole town.
Nobody has a problem with Dandy Ghost Hand McGee. That's all I'm saying. Dandy Ghost Hand McGee can travel through Vula Sands as much as he wants.
Hold on, who's Dandy Ghost Hand McGee?
Oh, it's like the name we made up for Balron because he lost his.
So I get to call him Dandy. Right, all right, Dandy.
Only when he's in disguise.
Oh no, I'm calling him Dandy. I don't care. It's great. I'm gonna go tell Kizzy he's called Dandy now. Hey, Kizzy! He goes off.
All right. So that's definitely an idea. Kodo, Balron, Morgaine, any suggestions yourself?
I think Vula Sands is a great place to collect ourselves, resupply.
I have a feeling once we leave Vula Sands or the general area, we'll never be back here again. So if there's anything important, best do it now.
Well, as far as I know, the only other things that were important around here would have been that mine that Kodo had mentioned.
Well, speaking of things that I mentioned.
All the plots get dropped on our head.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
I had a vision last night.
Hmm.
And it spoke to me. The one that we considered finding, the ancient. came to me in my sleep last night. He said to me, "Free me, and I will take you home." I believe he is somehow trapped on this island.
On this island?
No, on the island he's at.
Oh, okay.
So perhaps when we go to Vula Sands, we can get information on this island.
Well, what does it look like?
We do have a few maps that we've managed to cobble together of the area.
Yeah, we picked up one from a cartographer last time we were there.
I got a little bit of a look at everything before that big skymouth thing tried to eat me too that one time.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bunch of maps from Peg's home too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, let's pull those out.
You guys lay out all of Peg's maps. The Peg maps.
I also want to lay out his journal that's like encoded.
Ironically, Peg's maps are not helpful because the Peg maps are all of Trelane area stuff from back home. And they are, however, highly detailed. And a number of them have odd marks that those of you, Skeezer, Balrin, and to a degree Morgaine, you three notice that some of the things marked aren't towns. And you know there's places where there really isn't anything there.
Okay,
Some
drop
are
spots.
some are on coasts, some are further in. You guys have Presida's map that she drew for you. And you also have Skeezer's map he is slowly building off of. So we'll be considering that Presida's Skeezer has already absorbed into his master map that is going to be the one that eventually is always used.
One map to rule them all.
Oh, yeah, Skeezer, I should mention, I figured I'd just make you cartographer. So you're a cartographer.
Oh, thank you for the side grade.
Oh, is that a side grade? What were you before?
I was the cartographer.
Great.
Oh. Okay.
I appreciate your confidence in my skill at the same position.
And you have retained your position through new management. Congratulations.
Morgaine, if you'd like to be in the crow's nest,
sounds great.
I guess Balrin, you can stay on the
these eyes are keen.
The helm. Wait, no, yeah, it's the helm. And I guess then that leaves me to captain. Somewhere. Wait, what does the captain do while everyone else is doing stuff?
Delegate. You're doing
Delegation is quite the skill.
Can I
Come
still
to the
do
helm, Fulcrin.
Okay, can I still do rope stuff?
It's about time you learn how to drive this thing.
You can do anything. You
Oh
want,
no! That's a really bad idea.
Don't worry, I'll show you how.
Vehicles. Water vehicles.
Yeah, which I have not.
This is good. You can learn a new skill. Oh wait.
All right,
you
so
can't.
I'm gonna try and help drive us to Vula Sands. Oh my god, I'm literally just like driver's head on the way to Vula Sands.
We're gonna get you like those little bumper stickers that are like.
Balrin, sure is the best way to build for the crew to like build confidence in me.
It's the new sale. Just
They need to.
Student driver, just a student driver on it.
They need to see you at the
got like
helm.
the ship sinking. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Captain in training.
Okay.
And so with that, he steps up to the wheel and course is charted. And let's go ahead and roll water vehicles. Tim.
All right. What stat is water vehicles based off of?
Whichever one the DM tells you to, because that's how
Yep.
tools work.
We're gonna base it off of what does your score come out? What when you roll water vehicles, what bonus is it pulling?
It's currently set to Dex, but that's just
We'll keep it on Dex. I like that for driving. I was gonna go with either Dex or Wisdom, so I'm gonna go
I was
with
thinking
Dex.
wisdom, but
All right. We'll go with a Dex, and I'm gonna roll my fulcrum die here. So
Yes,
let's go for this one.
Pure Dex, no proficiency.
Love it.
That's a 5.
Yes.
Turns out someone can park worse than Balrin.
No, the best part is we're just in the water, right? So
There's
it's,
nothing to hit. We're just not going where we need to be.
The grit weighs anchor and begins to set forward. And a good hour out to sea. Some of the waves start to catch your brand new captain unawares, and you get far too close to the tolerance for anybody to be.
Oh no!
Tolerance is upset.
Bowron,
Oh no.
Bowron takes his trident and hooks it onto one of the pegs of the steering wheel and starts to push it back the other way.
Oh, thank you. This
Okay.
way. This way. Okay, this
Roll.
way.
Roll. You get to roll water. You get to roll your water vehicle's fulcrum with advantage because you have assistance from Balron.
All right.
I think my favorite part about this is that we all knew before the game started that this was a maritime game. All
Yep.
of us knew.
Not a single.
Bowron, the other
I
ones
was
are
the
pretty
only
having to do
one
it.
who made a maritime
Well,
character.
Unfortunately, I think the fulcrum die has just now been officially retired for the night.
Uh-oh.
That was
no.
2 1s in a row.
You
So
double
that was a
botched?
double. I was a double botch on advantage.
Well, good thing
Oh,
we
boy.
fixed the
Oh,
ship
man.
finally.
We just sunk the grid.
I feel unfortunate that Levi's camera's frozen up. There we go.
There it
So
is.
on the same distraction.
Is it going to freeze at that one? It froze at that one now. That's great.
Yeah.
The tolerance
Oh no.
banks hard to
Not a
port
good idea.
side as you ram her bow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You hear screaming and people
Mhm.
freaking out below decks as you are taking on water. Repair crews go down and start immediately hammering on whatever they can to seal things up. And
Bowron,
I immediately
Bowron-
order Ballard on the wheel.
Bowron grabs the wheel with one hand and with the trident and holds it steady. Begins to cast control water with the other to force all the water out of the hole.
I told you
There
this
we
was a
go.
bad idea.
And as Ballerin focuses and pulls down, he reaches out and with his senses grabs onto all water and shoves it slowly aside. The grit is prepared. I love my faces frozen.
Yes.
That's a good one too. It was like,
That's what I saw. That's the double ones reaction,
Yeah.
everybody.
That is the look of everyone on the tolerance right now, too.
The tolerance is not doing good. You can see it's sunk about a full foot below the water line from where it sat before.
I immediately actually cast fly on myself and I fly out over the side of the boat and I start trying to find places. I also pull the rope that I have. I don't know if there's anything I can really do with it, but I'm going to fly out to that side of the boat and see if I can find areas where there are coming in to
Well,
call
I
out to
guess it's
Ballrin.
time for mending spells and fabricates. Skeezer gets into action.
Mm.
If you give it to the other boat, I can fix it.
Oh man.
Fulcrum,
Yes.
you reach down. You drive the stitch work from the tattoo into your spine and legs and center of gravity to lift yourself off the ground. And as you do so, the stitching burns in your mind and you take 2 points of psychic damage.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right.
And you take flight. You land aboard the Tolerance, and Casey's like, "The hell was that?"
That was a bad idea from Ballrin that I listened to as captain, and I should not have. I'm finding the leaks right now, and I fly back over the side. I'm going to call them out. Like, gonna plunge underneath for a second, trying to use fly to just look through the water.
Okay. With a group effort, the ship is repaired, but now there has to be assistance from you as a group to get them in functional working order again. Because right now you've stopped the Tolerance from sinking, but she's not able to keep up any kind of speed with the grit right now. All the crew of the Tolerance is bailing water out, and it basically knocks you back about a day just to get her back up to speed and get everything caulked, sealed, repaired, everything.
Building confidence in the new captain.
You start to see a lot of people eyeballing Fulcrum.
Well
and
deserved.
Big hat. Nobody's saying anything yet.
Don't like the big hat.
okay. I got a plan here.
Tola comes up to you.
cutting it. They're looking at you weird. They want me to cut their faces like what the...
No. I deserve it. I deserve it. Oh, God.
I walk
There's
up.
any
got a headache.
naysayers in here, I'll give them a 1-4, I'll give them a 5, I'll give them a 7.
It's fine.
I
And that
walk up behind
Tola goes back to the
Fulcrum, and I put my hand on your shoulder. It's all right, little one. Remember when I said Ballrin makes bad choices? That was another one. Not your fault, kid.
You didn't say that.
And I put my maul on the ground and I stand right beside him. Anybody else have an issue with this?
Everybody gets quiet.
Big
And
fan.
with that,
Swap
Tolig scrambles back from his spot and stands on the other side of Fulcrum. And he's like,
You don't have to be like
Good.
intimidating.
Let's get these ships repaired and get on to Vola Sands.
Okay.
I wish it would have froze when I was doing Tolig face.
That would've been great.
That would've been great.
So,
Perhaps we should christen the ship.
I think we
Oh,
just did.
it's yeah, I'm pretty
Christen the ships with each other.
I mean, after the fact.
It's still owned by Burl, so it's still the Sarah's Grit. I feel weird with it not being the Grit.
Fair enough.
the ship sets sail. Who's piloting her this time?
Ballrin.
Get back on that boat. Get back on that horse.
Suddenly,
It's like
everybody
any-
wants me to drive.
Oh, anytime if there's any Ballrin sass, there's a growl and red eyes. Upset.
Bowron,
All right.
water vehicles.
So whenever Fulcrum steps away, if he goes like out of the scene, I'm gonna
Beautiful.
I want to make it look like he is still piloting the ship.
Oh, nice, nice. The
So I'm
ship
gonna use the illusion.
sets sail, and as the day goes on, people aboard the Grit have kind of let it go. But you can tell that because you have a lot more loyalty here. It's not you don't have loyalty on the other ship. It's just everybody on this ship's known you a little bit longer anyway. The tolerance maintains pace and lets Grit take point as you guys spend the kind of count out distance now.
Uh-oh.
Distance.
3 buried to the
Figure out
fridges.
how long it takes.
You're doing a great job, Captain. It's all you just takes a couple tries at it. That's all.
By the end of the second day,
I'm not Captain Skeezer.
you guys are approaching.
To
However,
them.
dialing it back, after right around dawn of day 2 en route to Vula Sands, you are going through your daily memorization, Skeezer.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing so, your book pages go blank.
Ruh-roh. Well, hey there, buddy. Paradox. You there?
When are we looking for my dad? Question mark.
That's where we're going currently, actually.
I don't believe you. It's been a long time, period.
Well, we went to the place where you said you thought he was, and when we got there, we got a major attack, and so we had to deal with that. Then we had to go heal up, and now we're on our way back there. I think he's in Vula Sands, right?
I don't know. I'm worried.
Well, turns out there are other people looking for him as well. And,
What? All caps, question mark.
oh yes, apparently our academy is after him. They
No,
almost captured
those
me.
are bad people, period.
Well, it seems that way. They seem to have put a 10,000 platinum bounty on him. And sending all kinds of teams after him. That's why they were after me, apparently.
Dad says they're draconians.
Draconians or draconian?
Erase. Draconian.
Yeah,
Erase. Not cool. Bad. Real bad. Erase.
Yeah, that seems to jive with my experience with them. They've already tried to imprison me at least once, and well, apparently they want to seize me as some kind of evidence to a crime.
So when we get there, you'll find Dad? Question mark.
That's the goal. That's the thought.
Yeah. Page fills with yay. I miss Dad. Erase.
When was the last time you saw him? Oh, well, how?
Flip, flip, flip. A single page turns that you had never noticed before in this book, and it is purple.
Okay.
I can, and then the purple page begins to write itself. I can hold a space for whatever you need. In game terms now, Skeezer, this means you choose one of your spell slots, and one of those spell slots will now cast the way clerics memorize.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so like any spell?
Any spell.
Whoa. Okay. Wow.
The one catch is you're not entirely certain how much or how little the book knows.
Okay. Not sure I follow, but
I mean, it's like
figure that limitation out
soon.
soon.
Doesn't know every spell in existence, type of thing.
But for one spell slot, that will cast like a cleric.
All right. Well, I think the spell I'm looking for, actually, I think I actually already have it. Would be what's it called? Is it Arcane Eye? Did I already take that?
Oh, we know you have polymorph, Jeff.
Yeah, that's
of course, of course.
What else would you pick? I mean, come on.
Clearly.
Yeah, I think
More
Arcane
polymorphs.
Eye has got enough distance for this, does it? No, it only lasts an hour, but it lets me fly it around 30 feet around.
Arcane Eye is awesome.
Yeah, it's probably the one I'm going to need.
What are you going to use it for?
When we get close to Vula Sands, I'm going to use it to actually scout around the area.
Okay.
Invisibly and silently. Sweet.
You guys pull in the latter part of the day, and early afternoon.
Oh, wait, there's locate creature. That's a spell. Totally forgot that one existed. Let's do that one instead.
Okay.
That's
So,
a short ass range, though.
Yes, it's only 1,000 feet. It's not good. Like, it's not miles. It's you got to be within like a city block of something. Pretty much.
Okay.
I've got locate creature also, if it makes a difference to you.
Okay, well, so I'll do Arcane Eye, and then if we get in any indication that there's somewhere we can't get to, then we'll do the spell on that area.
Okay. You pull into Vula Sands,
Mm-hmm.
and you sense tension in a lot of the crew. Everybody is supportive, but the vibe is they see a lot of, in essence, sea monsters just parked. Beach of Vula Sands, a lot of Waven. And as you approach, the first thing you guys see is banners now hang from the single rock spire of Vula Sands. And those banners have a mark on them. And that mark, as long as I know where, because I bothered to put it in the game. Unless I didn't.
Unless I didn't.
Which I didn't do.
Perfect.
Entertain the everybody. I'll just draw it.
So when we get here, it looks like I have some new tools at my disposal.
Oh, so I mean, everyone seems kind of tense, so I'd rather not get too close. What can you do? Can you send in like Picard or?
Oh, maybe even a little bit better. Well, not better, but different. In this particular instance, slightly more specific to the task. The book here has granted me the ability to cast a spell known as Arcane Eye. and I could send it out, and it's an invisible eye that flies about. It shows me everything it sees.
Mr. Plixel...
Plixitix.
Plixitix. That's his book?
Yeah, that seems that way.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that makes sense that it would help you find him.
Yeah. So if we may not have to get too terribly close, if the crew is looking as shaken as it seems, maybe a rousing speech.
Guys, I'm going to draw it on the top of the rock. However, that would be not necessarily the mark, but on top of the rock instead, multiple banners. Your guess is, as you round it, at least 3 or 4. So no matter what side you approach Vula Sands from, you can see one of these banners hanging. And the mark is...
For the sake of all the viewers, can you switch over to the map, Clint, so they can get the full visage of the bloody mess?
Yeah.
That left Vula Sands.
The last time we were on that map.
In fact, Bowron is still on the map in the tower.
Yeah,
with a giant spider Bowron.
Didn't clean it. Sorry, God.
Which is funny.
Hey, Skeezer's still there too. That's fun.
Yep. From when we trashed Vula Sands.
So are we still going with
the city?
That Ballroom was responsible for the destruction of this place?
Everybody seems to think so.
That's why
I mean,
he's Dandy Ghost Hand McGee.
I know we wanted to scout the town to see if your Plixeltix is there, but do we need supplies? I got a few paperwork about like our supply works, but I want to know, like, do we need to send people in to pick up anything, or can we just, if he's not there, just move on? Because I don't think the crew wants to be here. And if there is another port, I remember that I think Presida, she told us they have a city that they trade in that was a little bit further on.
Well, the next closest one I remember seeing was going to be at least a couple weeks of travel to.
Yeah, confirmed. I remember that being correct as well.
I just wanted to be sure we had enough food and all of those sorts of things.
No, we definitely should make sure we're stocked as long as the city will let us in.
Yeah.
If we
Food will not be a problem.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, remember, everybody with magic can make endless food and endless currency, so there's no need for resources. D&D!
Get rid of the minutia. Just go adventure.
Survival's never a concern.
No, I'd say people would prefer to eat some actual food. Plus, we'll probably need materials to repair the boats, and
yeah, we probably
weapons
just used a lot
might
of
be useful.
those.
Arm the people. Probably be a good
Bowron
idea.
goes, walks into his quarters.
I think we had a lot
comes
of
out with the bag.
Everyone's got like spears.
Captain Fulcrum
Yeah. That still sounds
hands
really
you
weird.
a bag of coins. This is 1,000 of their currency.
Oh, the shell things?
Yes.
Okay.
Then you see Bowron, his body begins to warp and shape a bit as he takes the form of a parrot. And he hops up on Fulcrum's shoulder.
There's, I mean, don't step on ampersand. Don't step on ampersand. Oh man. Okay.
Off to town. Off to town.
Oh God, is this what we're doing now?
Well,
This won't get old.
Ballrin is a parrot. I enjoy this. Let's go to town.
Okay. Skeezer, do you need to be anywhere in particular to do your spell?
Oh no, I could probably do it from here if you prefer, but
It's whatever you want to do. I guess we're just gonna go in and we better take a boat. I mean, I could fly in, but it might give me a headache or
I
something.
could put on my wonderful disguise as one of the indigenous folks. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And Skeezer will turn it into his favorite form. One of those little waddling nonsense.
Giant ape?
No, no,
Yes.
not doing
The
it.
big white giant ape
Because
again.
that's what you did last time you were here.
I try not to do that very often.
One of the burbles.
The burbles is what I'm turning into.
You
I get my wobble on.
Whoa. So,
I guess we'll take one of the
Geezer
rowboats.
warps, and his clothing becomes a scaled skin as he takes the shape of a small fish person with big beady eyes and constantly slightly open lips with teeth showing, but they are big silly teeth.
Yeah, they're
Not the
ridiculous.
sharp kind.
Nope, not the cool kind. Just ridiculous.
Never cool.
Just ridiculous.
Nothing
You
about
should
it.
stay that way, Skeezer. I can tell you apart now.
So as we get the boats prepped to kind of like row over there, I'm gonna have I suppose Kizzy's good at this stuff. Have her give me a list of things that we need since she was already kind of doing our quartermastering work. So I figured she'd have a handle on maybe what we would still need to resupply on, and I'll take that
It
list
is
into town.
all food and the kind of stuff you would expect to handle repairs. A lot of wood, a lot of sealer, nails, canvas, rope, and potable water, as well as booze. Plenty of booze.
Lots of booze. All the booze.
All right. That sounds like a good list. So as much as we can take on the boats, I suppose, and we'll go load up, everybody. Okay.
All right. First mission with you as the captain. Let's get it on.
Let's
We need to stop
get
like
it on.
adding so much pressure.
You gotta rise to it, Fulcrum. This
All
is
right,
your
so-
chance. You've got one chance.
All right, you guys dock and walk. You weigh anchor, and at which point you see rising up out of the water shortly after you weigh anchor. You hear a tap, tap, tap on the side of the boat.
Yes.
Is there a blurble? I'm like expecting it.
No. You see a squad of about 6 Waven with spears, and they are half out of the water, looking up in your direction. One has tapped with a spear.
Yep. They try to show up like no harm, and if I have any more, I think I have a little bit more of that translation, like kind of vegetation. I will take a bite out of what I have that's left and offer a piece to, I guess, the person who tapped. Like I'll like toss it down to him.
He catches it and bites. Welcome to Vula Sands.
Thank you. We will remain parked here. We intended, if able, to come into your city to resupply.
The court of Talua welcomes you. However, many will be coming ashore.
Only a small enough group to field, and I think I'm trying to remember how many boats we still have as part of like our like away team boats, so to speak.
One less, I think.
Yeah, I know. I think we're probably
2 small
You guys only have the one.
We have the one, so probably that's going to be enough. We're also going to want to take a decent amount of stuff for just the 5 of us. So
the 5.
Well, I guess
Okay,
4 of us
the
because
5.
Ballrun's a parrot on my shoulder. So, these 4, and I'll point out, and I suppose 5. I'll say with a little bit of like a smirk as I point to the parrot. That's all.
Down. Off the town.
God damn it.
The docking fee is currently being waived for outsiders. Is the great open arms of Talua. Do not look upon shape or appearance as a problem. Welcome to Vula Sands.
Thank you kindly.
And with that, you guys set foot in a place that now is being repaired. You see a sizable guard presence, but immediately those that are in the water are armed with spears and javelins and adventurer type gear. But all the Waven you see that wear the sash with Tulua's mark are not armed in town. They appear to be guiding people, informing people, and having conversation.
Nice.
You see the whole lower area that was wiped clean by tidal wave. Oh, King Fishy!
Thanks, Fishy.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Speaking of fishies, is full of burbles. Whoa! And as you guys
Can we get some
approach-
images of verbals and wavens for people who may not have ever seen them?
I do what I can to punch some up.
I think I have one pulled up.
Just know we have some new faces in the chat tonight.
Yes.
I got a Waven on the screen right now.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Nay.
What was his name? Spindle, right? Oh.
There we
That
go.
was a while.
Spindle is not
Spindle
a
is not a Waven.
Definitely not a waven.
Not punch
Oh,
up.
that's a Waven.
Spindle.
Which one is
There
he?
you go.
We
That's
gotta
a Waven.
find bananas.
Bananas.
Bananas the burble.
You didn't
Yeah.
make bananas an NPC. There we go.
There is a verbal.
Yes.
So the burble is
That's
what?
what I
You
look
will
Skeezer.
notice,
That's what Skeezer just turned into.
Magic the Gathering fans, I straight up stole that merman from the Ixalan set. You're welcome. There's only so much photoshopping Levi wants to do. However, I built the burble from other stolen shit, so there we go.
Nice.
That's the move. You learn Photoshop and then you steal artwork and Frankenstein the pieces together. Kind of original.
You
Kind of,
never told
kind of.
us, I'd have never known.
Slightly derivative.
Slightly.
So the Waven are all over the place. You see a lot of the masked, robed people walking around, some of which have dark skin visible under all the ridiculous amounts of gemstones and jewelry. And they have little horns that pop out here and there. They are actively trading left and right. You also see, and this is something you didn't notice before, non-military geared up Waven. You see Waven families walking around purchasing things, Waven families that are sort of cutting deals, trading with people that are on the beach area where it's all the one-on-one traders that are selling randomness. And this place is easily in current sight as you approach, easily 60 different burbles bumbling about, walking up to each other, pulling things out, like the ones that just walked up to you. I got this!
Yeah, I'm not going to be a verbal after all. Seeing how things have
It's
changed.
too late. You already
I'm
picked
unverbling.
burble.
I'm unverbling. I'm going to Skeezer form.
All I'm gonna say is that I'm pretty sure I did this city a lot of good.
Yeah, I would say we've done ourselves.
All
proud
hail the
here.
Balron.
They should erect.
Is my wanted poster
me.
still up?
Yes,
Okay, the wanted posters are still up.
there's still a wanted poster.
We'll
Apparent
stay
you
in
shall
power.
Wanted poster,
remain.
so to speak, is an odd thing. What you're seeing is not truly a wanted poster, as it is more of a disc that appears to be made out of some sort of shell that's incredibly smooth. It's recognizable to all of you as the same stuff that Morgaine's new armor is made of. It's just a much larger disc. It looks like somebody hung a plate on a wall. And on this smooth plate, it has an image of Balron,
Kinda.
but it is not Balron. You guys see an angry face that's teeth are only fangs, and the ears come out, but they come out much further than elven ears. The elven ears you guys are used to seeing come out like 3 inches on either side, either angled up or angled out a little bit. These are like 8 on either side with barbs coming off of them, and his hair is all dreadlocked out with tiny mouths and fangs all over it. You can see that there's swords and javelins stuck in his body bleeding, and it says the Balron, demon beast of the seas. destroyer of Vula Sands. And at the bottom it says 10,000 silako.
That could buy a lot of stuff, I think.
Yeah. Wonder if that's the same as 10,000 platinum.
Hey, I got fifth.
Probably not.
God.
We could turn them both
flashy
in, I
miss does he have this
suppose.
time?
Yeah, what
This
is he
burble
holding?
has walked up to you. This burble is slightly purple, and he's holding up a bucket.
What do you got? It's got stuff. You guys should check it out.
I don't think we need a bucket. We don't need a bucket, right?
A bucket of goo? Probably
We
not.
need
You look
food.
in, it's full of hair.
Just a bucket of hair.
Look, you can hold it. He puts a little bit on his head. You can grow yourself some hair with the things. I got a new look. And you got a mustache. And he when he lets go of it, it sticks to his skin.
No, thank you.
Come on, it's really good.
Gonna ignore him for a second and try and look around. Is there close to where kind of the docking area is a shop that looks like it has a lot of wood or supplies or shipping?
You turn and another burble walks up I got this. And he's holding up a bag that appears to be made of wet skin tissue, unstitched. You think maybe it's a large bladder or stomach.
What you
Captain,
got? I got this.
I will make a path for us. And I just start walking and start pushing them aside. Move aside! Captain Fulcrum is on his way.
And then they scatter at the size of the mighty
Nice.
Kodo.
Well, here we go.
I want to keep my eye out for Captain Jurgen or my other druid gnomish friend that I ain't sure if he survived or not.
And watching Kodo kind of strong arm his way through, Fulcrum kind of watches him for a second, nods slowly to himself, and his eyes shift to red, and he gets an overall kind of more grim look about him.
Pissed off look.
Yeah, he's trying to exude intimidation.
Nice.
We'll see.
Exude intimidation.
So I'll take a moment to cast the Arcane Eye at some point when we're out of direct view of a ton of people.
Okay.
Looks like you have to have a bit of bat fur.
You are a
Oh, you
Caesar.
should have got that bag of fur back there.
Yep.
He should have got a bucket of hair.
Bucket of hair. Probably had
He
some
was
bad
literally
fur.
trying to
Be
give
some
you the
bad
spell
friend.
He's like,
component for
this
what
is
you
what
need.
you
That's what he
need
was
for your
trying to
damn
do.
It was
spell.
serendipity, and you just spat in its face.
Yeah, just looked right
Who says
past
I didn't mage hand it right out of there?
Ooh, this guy. Check out this guy, this merch round.
You still can.
Turn.
You still can.
Yeah, so I'm going to Arcane Eye and start sending it about. Apparently, it can go anywhere so long as there is an inch diameter gap.
Does it make an actual eye?
It's an invisible eye.
That's too bad
And
it's invisible.
That's just like that movie. Role
It's
models.
just
no?
like a floating
That's
eye.
the
Whispering eye?
whispering eye.
Hey, an invisible eye can whisper, is all I'm saying.
Oh, it can. It's probably true.
Where are you sending it? What are you looking?
Well,
Because it's basically like separating your eye from your body, and then
right. Rockets from the sockets. So
you do have to get a hand on a friend or sit. It is a dizzying, strange experience. It induces vertigo almost immediately. It's like strapping a VR game to only one eye and then trying to walk through your house.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look at.
Get in my
What was
fanny
the,
pack, Skeezer.
Oh, that's an excellent spot to be in. That's way more
Yes.
comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Can you put it off to the side this time, though?
No.
You just
Center front. That's the only way to wear the fanny pack.
Caesar hops up in
flop
front of
this
this,
Kodo dong.
and he is sitting in this Kodo
Right-hand
fanny pack.
shotgun.
Ugh. Like
The
we're imagining
Kodo fanny pack
Caesar-
is strapped kind of right in front of Kodo's large plate that forms the front of a pseudo armored belt.
Oh God.
So yeah, let's hope he doesn't see a lady Kodo.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send it first into the Temple of the Tide do a little bit of reconnaissance through there. Basically, I'm looking for anything that might look like a jail or a cell area first, and then I'll start branching out the search after that.
Okay, this is wackadoo over here. My laptop that's got like notes I need to look up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just decided that Word was gonna crash.
Oh,
I was trying to
lovely.
start it.
Oh
And
man.
I don't know what's gonna happen now.
Oh, no.
This is my work computer. I need it. So, as you, thank God for paper. So, you
What's
guys
that?
wander through the Temple of the Tide. As it goes through, you can see this is not simply being repaired. Artisans are inside that are trying to make the walls look beautiful again, and everything is being put together very cautiously. You can see that there are symbols that have been piled up in a corner and taken down. And these symbols I will draw in the sky. I will put in another color so you know it's not the official one. We'll go with a pink on this one. And these ones.
As we're walking through, I'm gonna keep an eye out as we walk past like the different little vendors or whatever, and just try to see if there's any prices listed of the things that we need, like that we are sending.
Yeah,
here.
like
Just
basically, I know this.
I don't know how much fake money we have.
1,000
No idea.
is what
Okay,
Ballroom
1,000.
gave me. So however much supplies we can buy while Skeezer spends his hour
So
scouting is what we're doing.
Clear, you guys have 1,000 Kiku.
Mm-hmm.
And Kiko is essentially like gold. Think of it as that currency.
Fair enough.
So you see it is in the let's see what I called that place. The Past Sands area that you see a number of people that are selling some of your supplies, but it's mostly the Yima core that has a lot of what you guys need. And that is kind of like a smithy, so to speak.
Okay.
Also,
Ooh, frozen fish.
Past Sands has of what you need. Sorry, Past Sands is market area. Yarka has some of what you need as well. Yarka is like a animal feed store, and in addition they have components that would be used to repair straps, carriage kind of work, the kind of things that carry people that get later attached to these large sea beasts. So you guys are able to use it to, you'll have to do some retrofitting work to make it work for your ships.
Yeah.
But it's possible. Yimakor has a lot of your canvas, rope work, and then all the solid stuff is made with that material that is Morgaine's new armor. That image I put in the sky is being piled up in banners, robes, small of the Silako coins, which is the shell-like material. And it's being set aside, and it isn't being destroyed outright, but it's being removed everywhere where it's been inscribed. And a couple places it's been put up on walls, and you can see they're trying to remove that as well. At the top, the 3-once-1 statue that Balron said he destroyed is partially mid-repair. It's been positioned back upright again, and the pieces have all been cautiously laid out. And you can see up there, whereas nowhere else this is happening, they've actually brought in a giant tank of water, and inside of water you see one of those giant mollusks that's the size of like a kitchen table, and it is, and you already see jutting out of the tank, it is reproducing sections of a sculpture. And so they are actively refabricating the 3-once-1 statue.
Well, looks like they're back at work. Anyone recognize this symbol? And I'll make a little. I guess I can't do illusions because it's a concentration effect. I will just draw it out in the sand.
The sand.
And then I'll erase it quickly.
You recall, Balron, that symbol was prominently displayed on the priestess and her acolytes that was preaching on the beach before the show and dance that would have led to your attempted execution. And then that symbol was all over the Temple of Tide when you were in.
The parrot says, "Old regime, old regime."
The parrot says.
The parrot.
Well, they're removing that from all sorts of surfaces, but the statue is going back up.
Well, I mean,
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
that's what they believe in.
Fair enough.
I
Well,
don't see why they shouldn't put it back up.
so if I remember correctly, we got to go over that way over there for the canvas and that way over there for the potential food.
It's probably going to take a few trips, but we'll make it happen.
Between food and canvas that you feel familiar enough to attempt to eat and or use, I need somebody to give me a charisma check for each.
I think that's no. Never mind. I'm not as good as that as I thought.
I mean, I guess I'm the captain, so I'm doing the negotiation.
You're in aggro mode lately.
Yeah.
Arr, give me that meat. Yar. All the booze.
For negotiation, would you allow an intimidation charisma check? As I am attempting to be an imposing captain.
That's fair.
We'll make a go at it.
Consider it allowed.
Thank you.
And if Kodo is his shield, can I grant him an aid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that would.
Is that an advantage or a guidance, my friend?
It's an advantage. Guidance
Right.
is a spell.
Right, I wasn't sure. Okay, cool. Advantage.
Get him.
Nice. That is a 24.
147.
On food, you get enough food that has to be sort of sourced from 2 different shops. Not only Yarka, but the Shimmer Vintner. The Shimmer Vintner is, by your reckoning, an inn and restaurant. And from both locations, you guys managed to negotiate down using broad intimidation while showing coin.
Yeah, and the story I tell is that we are going to. It's like they best want to give us this because we're prowling the waters for the Balron. And if we sink it, it won't come back here. I think that would have been the same role as the deception, actually. It would have been.
So you get them down for enough food for both ships for at least a month, and it's going to cost about 500 gold, which is
half of what we got. Excellent.
Regarding supplies, you get a little bit further with that. You get only 100 kiku, and you get enough for repairs, and then for another 50, enough to cover another potential crash as bad as what you just had.
Good. I might even double up on that if we can fit it, but I don't know how many trips it would take.
Hold up until you find out how much booze we got to buy.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's going to be from the Shimmer Vintner, and when you guys get to the Shimmer, it becomes abundantly clear that the proprietor of this entire large building, it's 5 stories. It is as tall as the Temple of the Tide, but it doesn't sit at a height that allows it to be higher than the Temple of the Tide. The proprietor is a burble.
Huh.
You guys walk in, you see on a pedestal overlooking the main entryway, sitting at a desk that puts him eye level with all of you. You see a burble that's wearing like Silaco mail, but it's all shiny and colored, some of which are metallic looking and light reflective. And he's got like a little tiara going.
Welcome. Welcome to the Shimmer Vintner, Outfighters.
We're here for booze.
I have plenty of booze for all of you. I carry in the best of boozes in all of the lands.
Well, we're gonna need a little bit more than just for us.
Yes, you are very imposing outsiders. I would certainly hope to enough for all of your people. Welcome. You have all the hospitality. I am Hobblethonk. Please, allow me to have a seat.
And then he points generally at like 5 tables that have some seats and some are like benches up against walls. And
for how long and for how many? And I immediate loading on of some sort of beast or ship.
Correct on that last mark. 60 to 70 crew.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
the
so
booze will
very
cover that.
scared of you. I definitely wouldn't want to overcharge. So very imposing.
Insight check. Is he lying?
yeah, give me an insight check.
Don't forget,
It's actually a brief moment where
that's
Crumb
cool.
switches back to wide eyes and goes, "Oh, thanks," and then goes back into it.
He's definitely telling the truth. He seems scared. He's actively shaking. You can hear his outfit going.
Okay.
Don't forget, we got a lot of dwarves to beer.
Dwarves to beer.
Wait, we got 2 less.
Yeah,
That's still about 20 people worth of alcohol.
So you see in small teams of 5, Burbles bringing down a set of stairs, a barrel, and then going back up and another barrel, and then going back up and another barrel, and going back up and another barrel. And this goes on till they've brought out about 6.
Will that do for you and your people? We have for you 6 of our barrels, and this is a very wonderful process by which we take one of our fruits, and it shall sit, and then it'll turn into something that is quite delightful to the palate. Not that I would impose to tell you what is delightful to your palate, you terrifying captain.
I look over the barrels, and then I glance over to the parrot on my shoulder. And I'm like, I don't know. What do you say, Dandy?
The parrot hops down, huddles across the little like bar or
Gives a
whatever.
little taste.
finds a bottle of the hard stuff, and taps on it with his beak.
I think the parrot.
Pour the parrot a drink.
The parrot drink.
But of course, I would love to pour. You. The thing can drink for stuff.
It's my parrot sommelier.
Of course it is. The parrot's cool.
And so he pulls out 3 little ceramic cups and pours, and he pulls out enough for everybody to have a drink.
Parrot just grabs the little glass in his beak and just picks it up.
I was waiting for that. I had to see it happen.
It burns cold like mouthwash, and it is a vodka-like beverage. You're not really sure what it's made out of, but it doesn't taste exactly like vodka. It doesn't taste as neutral. There's a strange musty aftertaste to it that makes your palate feel a little cotton mouth.
The parrot,
But it's strong. It is strong. It's just weird.
parrot caws a little. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Well, you heard the parrot. Load it up.
I do not have full barrels of this. I only have bottles, but you're so very scary. I would definitely give you all the bottles for availability.
So then what's in the barrels?
Well, this is Maluti then.
Sample.
That's delicious.
Sample. Parrot.
Well, is that what the parrot just drank?
No.
Or
No.
this is different.
The parrot wanted the hard stuff.
Oh, the hard stuff.
Of course, the parrot wanted the hard stuff.
So he pops open a cork and has a couple burbles pour you guys a drink, and it is a fruit wine. You're not certain what the fruit is. It is a green color in the ceramic mug, and it tastes like a fermented watermelon, maybe? It's tough to put your finger on it.
For the crew. For the crew.
You guys,
For all of this, I would have they. We would call this even at 200 kiku, of course, my terrifying captain.
Pull it out, count out the kiku,
Oh, he
lay it out on the table.
Oh, yes. This is
That's
lovely.
including the loading.
But of course.
Yes.
Would you also like stuff? Complimentary.
Complimentary stuff. What
Is
kind
it
of
hairy?
stuff?
and you see all the burbles pull out of their bags. They immediately don't even ask. They just shove stuff. You see a strip of mucousy hide growing teeth, a dissolving toe that's still dissolving right now, a kneecap, a fish head inside of a burble head, fingers that are impaled on fingers, and a gland that's got a flapping fin that's actively still flapping.
We only have the finest of stuff here at the Thimmer Vintner. I give it to you complimentary of Hubble Funk. The ever complimentarian.
Thanks. This reminds me of home. Strange. Thanks.
Here, Skeezer, hold this.
What's happening?
Stuffing stuff in my
This is like
fanny
his
pack.
arcane
You get a lot of really gross stuff coming at you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
It's like coming out of VR, and it's like, what is this slimy thing that's hitting me?
Wait, hold on. Is this verbal stuff? Oh, God.
It's got that burble texture you just know instantly.
You just know.
Something verbally up in here.
Oh no.
You guys have all your booze. It's being loaded out. You have your supplies. You have your food. Where else?
Since we're at this man's good graces, perhaps you have information. I'm sure you hear a lot coming into your little establishment.
But of course, my ears are everywhere. Because my people, we're really good listeners.
You once had a name for the green flying beast that roams the skies.
You've seen it, outsider? That is very rare. That is considered a sign of great luck. Or doom. For the wrong type of person, you never know. It is called the Glass Grove. For they say that to look upon it is like a moving forest that flies.
Perhaps you have seen the direction that he flies.
It seems that it comes from the northwest. If ever seen coming or going. From or to. But I know of no one that has actually stood in its presence. But my mother's cousins, uncles, neighbor was killed by it
That's credibility right there.
You can take that to the QQ Bank.
Oh, yeah. You can. The word of a burble is never wrong.
Inside check.
Yes. I insight check.
Northwest.
Yeah, I think that's the direction we saw it in.
Could,
the one time we saw it.
Could you have that map, Skeezer?
Did you make an insight check on the word of a burble is never wrong?
Yeah.
It was like half a joke, but I mean,
That's such a fucking lie.
It's such a lie.
The vibe you get is the word of a burble is whatever you want.
I believe that.
So, show me on this map.
Oh! You pull out Presida's map, or you pull out the master map.
The master map.
And on the master map,
Sorry, your voice goes way deeper when you're inside this little fanny pack.
he points
Because you're close to me.
Close to the gonads.
Yes.
You're in my loin.
That extra testosterone.
in my loins.
Skeezer comes out, his beard is like 30 times thicker. I'm feeling skeezerish.
See, that would put you somewhere up in here. And he points to really mountainous maps, really mountainous
thanks for the bits of
islands
information.
that are of a large mass compared to the island you're currently on. And it is over a month northwest by boat.
Dang.
It's further than you've ever. You will pass 1, 2, maybe 3 major land masses, and kind of en route with basically a 4 to 5 day offshoot. You would pass by the other port town that Presida already marked on your map.
Well,
Nice.
good place to make a stop then.
And that one is her people.
Right.
It is not a Wavan controlled run city.
I think she had said it's like the largest non-Wavan
Yes.
known port or something like that.
Yes.
And have we determined for sure if this currency is only used by the Wavan or if it's used by like everybody around here?
That has never been confirmed by anyone.
Okay, so we don't know for sure.
I guess we could ask Presida. I think she's still alive. No, she is. I saw her.
I think she's still alive.
Um,
Tell.
Great customers, how can I assist you further? Would you like more stuff?
No, thank you.
Oh,
does anyone else need anything else?
You
Unless
say no,
somebody
thank you. He
wants-
really quickly claps, and they're about to pull out stuff, and then they all put it back.
Might I have one of those shells, Captain Fulcrum?
Pull him the bag. Pushed over his way. Here you are.
Kingfishy, thank you for your bits.
And I toss a couple bits to him. Thank you for the information.
You're very kind, imposing one.
And he takes them, and he puts them.
He eats them.
Safekeeping, like sword swallowing or something.
right up to that very moment, I was about to ask for a intelligence check to see if it's an illusion, like a disguised self, because we're looking for an illusionist. But yeah, that one sold it.
Nope, he's legit.
Well, we know for sure now.
What about a prison? Do they have a prison here?
Yes.
Have you seen anyone in town before who looks like our little friend here on our dragon?
Yes. Some time ago, there were people that came here and sold him.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Animal G21.
Much appreciated, buddy.
Thank you for watching.
Oh man, he stole that number 3 bit thing from Fishy.
G for
Oh,
God damn it. It's a lot of bits.
He's taking
Oh,
it.
man.
Taking it.
Got to fight for your right to be number 3.
Number 3.
So, the third one,
Which one was that? Was Tonka?
It's the one. It's the one with Tonka or something we just recently bought.
Yeah, was he kind of burly?
He's the barbarian one.
Yes, he was wider than you appear to be.
Okay, so it's that one. Have you ever heard of Plexel tricks?
This confuses me. I don't know what this is.
Okay, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
You said he was trapped here, right?
I'm actually going to insight him on that.
Yeah, we've been inciting him on everything else. We might as well incite him on
Yeah,
the
except like
important
the-
piece of information that we kind of need.
Got a 17.
That's a lie.
I don't know why you would keep that a secret.
What a secret! I have no secret. My cousin.
Boom! Zone
I
of
am
truth.
at-
Oh, you got a truth bomb.
Are you
I am
trying
not
to
here-
tell secrets to me?
I would only tell you the truth, provided that there was not some sort of greater power that had scared me more.
Oh, interesting.
Like what?
Yes.
Did it get really scary in here all of a sudden?
Well, I mean, he has to. I mean, Fulcrum, he has to. I mean, there's the rune on the ground. He has to tell the truth now. You don't have to be scary anymore.
He kind of likes being scary.
Technically, you could choose not to speak. Oh,
I'm
right.
very scared of him right now. What is going on? This feels.
I'm
my
gonna-
tongue is very strange.
I'm gonna toss him a few more Kiku. It's for your nerves.
He just starts eating.
My nerves thank you for this.
Now, so you're afraid of somebody. Who?
Joina?
Joina.
She is a very imposing figure who strikes fear into the heart of burbles everywhere because she controls. Why am I telling you all of this? This is some very powerful outsiderness.
Well, what if we told you we can bring the Balron into this equation?
The Balron?
The Balron could come into
Demon
use.
beast of the seas?
I'm just saying, if your concern is with Joina, that may not be a problem long term. So you might as well just tell us. Where have you seen this Plixel tricks?
I have not seen him. I have only heard his name spoken. Because that is a secret name that we are all not supposed to know. He is simply called the Wizard.
The Wizard?
Yes, he is the Grand Wizard. Great and mysterious.
Sounds about right. So who knows of him? Like, who does he court with?
Laven of Joina's factions, various traders, and all people that say that to go to his shores, you will be granted great riches, but to be very careful when you go, because some do not return. Because he is so mysterious.
That was the island to the east of here, right?
A little north and a little east, but at times it is unclear because it says that he can move out because he's so mysterious.
The World of Madness. That was on our map the other day. It had a
There
weird
are
butterfly.
more rumors about him that can actually be verified because the Great Wizard is an outsider that has been here for a little while, and people are led to believe he can do anything, but no one I know has met him. But my friend's cousin's uncle knew an outsider that returned from his island and said it was a place of madness.
So apparently at least one person claims to have come back from there.
And that's at least the truth as far as he considers it to be.
But the Grand Wizard has many mysterious dealings with all, and all say he is powerful.
Now he has dealings. He's not allied to anyone, is he?
I don't think so. But that is beyond my understanding. I've heard stories of the Great Wizard for at least the past 2 years.
It's not terribly long. Were there people on that island beforehand?
Which island? Now, he's actually looking at your master map that you have out. Which island do you point to?
I don't seem to have access to that map any longer.
I think that's a map I literally showed you guys in the live game.
Oh, I think it is actually. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you mean directly east of Vula Sands.
There was one that had like a butterfly on it that whenever
Yes.
I asked about it
Good.
had that.
I want to make sure we know what we're talking
Oh
about.
my god! You know what? I think I took a picture of this map. Let me check my
Okay.
phone.
The
Nice.
butterfly island he points at, he had like, that is a very sketchy island full of danger. People that go there don't return, but they say that
I totally did.
those that know someone there, those there communicate but choose not to leave. But I have not heard of the Grand Wizard being.
So it's not that island. Which island is it?
He looks on the island, he looks on the map, and he points to the last I heard. Oh, good. He's uploaded it.
There you go. That is the uploading the picture I took at our live game.
It appears to just be a little box on my screen.
Cannot
Yeah,
be displayed because it contains errors.
Well, we'll try that again, my friends.
So many errors.
Denied.
Rock'em sock'em Mappo.
Whoa.
He points to an island on the map. He is either here, or here, or here, or here, or here. He points to about 5 different little islands that are all hugging the coast of a large spindly mass that's kind of at the center of the Everstorm. And just on the opposite side, a couple other islands that are sticking to the more mountainous side. I can point them out to you guys later. But in essence, they're southeast of you guys, looping around past Siraka Blaze. So it's kind of going south as opposed to the north for the dragon.
I see. Well, I guess
So
I'll be
Lewis
going
Court.
directions.
But understand that I don't truly know where the Grand Wizard is because no one's ever said he is here. They said, I heard somebody that said he's here. And it changes. Because mysterious.
Well, it gives us at least a direction. It's better than what we had before. Thank you.
I don't feel like I've actually helped you a great deal. Why would I say that? This is a very strange power, you outsiders.
Are you finished with him, Skeezer?
I think so.
You can turn your eye off, I suppose. I release the zone. You may speak freely again.
I have thoroughly enjoyed your company.
It's funny because it's a lie.
It's just testing. Just testing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're always welcome to be guests at the Shimmer Vintner.
Captain, are you finished here?
There we go. Think we got everything we need. Thanks for the booze.
Thank you for the coinage.
And walk out.
Okay.
Get loaded up and however many trips it
Anything you're
takes.
looking to get from the town?
That took. I think we only have like 150 kiku left.
Yeah,
after all
anything
that.
left to do anything.
So, I am fine with wrapping that up and heading back to the boat. I didn't really want to get anything else other than the supplies and the info for Skeezer.
Bowen's just keeping an eye out while we're walking around to see if I see Scribbles or Captain Jergen around here.
As you guys are walking around, you do see a shorter humanoid, cloaked, walking with a group of Waven near the Covenor, which is a smaller office. And the Covenor was the jail.
Right.
And it appears he is following them in a subordinate role. And you see he keeps having to keep his eyes down. But you can see his skin tone's human. You just can't really see his face.
Is he missing an arm?
No.
That's not Scribbles. Is it tall enough to be human?
Yes.
Okay. So then it might be Jergen.
Did you get the name Scribbles before or after he lost his arm?
I'm still a parrot. I'm just.
You've been talking all night.
I know, but I was
selective.
That was actually player talking to DM.
Oh, okay.
So the parrot will fly off for a moment.
Okay.
Oh, that can't mean anything good.
That's just probably stealing more money.
Yeah, man, that's
Give me a perception check. Balron, demon beast of the parrot.
Balron.
Demon parrot beast.
Dandy demon parrot
beast. I was close to that 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty 20.
Yeah, just got sensual.
Yeah, that went places.
I think it got more than sensual.
They got somewhere right in the cod piece, I think.
Balron, you managed to buzz an area that gets you to the same elevation as the level of Vula Sands were walking. And you perch, and it's Ace. He's trying to hide his appearance, not well, like casual hiding your appearance. Like, I'm going to put my hood up here in Walmart because it's supposed to recognize me.
I've done that.
I have done that.
I've
But yeah, he's staying about 2 steps behind, and he has a Waven behind him as well.
And they're like entourage around him, keeping him somewhere.
It's tough to say. It looks like he's stopping when the 3 Waven in front of him stop, and then they seem to be conducting business, and he's not speaking.
I'll find somewhere to kind of perch up on like the edge of a rooftop somewhere within earshot of him.
Okay.
Ace in the hole. Ace in the hole.
You see, he just turns up, and he's eyeballing the rooftops, and he sees a parrot, and you see him lean over. Is like, "Excuse me, permission to step aside. Just a moment alone, please. I will remain here." And he kind of steps aside. Not a lot of token parrots out this way now. Who be you?
Old friend. Old friend.
Old friend who perchance be an important name in these parts?
Dead or alive. Dead or alive.
Oh my. What you be needing with me today, little?
Set sail. Set sail.
Is that an invitation?
We're setting sail.
All right, then. I'm gonna call that a yes. Where be your boys?
To the west. To the west.
Mokua.
Peg
Yes.
is dead. Peg is dead.
He turns at that one. Well, I certainly hope we're not telling tales out of school now. All right. Got it. Yes. Mokua. I seem to have a ship needs looking at in the port. Yes, outsiders. May I? No. Just a translation. I'll bring back what I say. Tolo be praised. Yes. No. I need not go alone. They are not armed. Yes. And he starts walking in the direction of the ship.
I hop down on his shoulder.
You're getting me out of here today, I hope.
We'll see.
Haven't decided if I'm going to throw you in the water or not.
And with that, you see Captain Ace Jerrigan walking up to all of you with a parrot on his shoulder.
Do we recognize this parrot? I assume we do.
There's only one parrot in this whole town. in this hemisphere.
Fair
You're not
enough.
sure.
Fair enough.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Hey, I was about to say the same to you. I found this strange bird telling strange tales. Now, the bird may have offered me a spot on your voyage. If that be the case, I would be very happy to take it.
Did he now? Look at the bird.
We should go. We should go.
All right, fair enough. Let's get out and move.
Told you it didn't mean anything good.
Just point of order. I'm gonna send that arcane eye under the water to scout the court down there at some point. But you could tell me later. What's
Okay.
going on there. Just want to
Okay.
kind of get a sense of what's down there.
Okay. You get Ace back to the ship, but you also pass the group that was sort of greeting you when you walked in, and they stop your boat.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Outsiders.
What can we do for you? We came back with our supplies and translation.
And then they turn to Ace. Olotikaya Motokoto. And then he turns. Yes. Ole giant te telekoto wato. Mijin tikitayo. Rotokunta outsekata. No kito le te trenkente. This man cannot go without an escort from one of the rank. We must send one with you. It is not his choice to make.
So be it.
And then Awavan climbs aboard your ship with Ace Jerrigan.
Fucking can't get rid of these wobbin, man.
You know, there's an awful lot of Keiko we can do away with since we're not coming back to this direction anytime soon. Looking at the Wavin.
The one that's coming aboard?
Yeah.
Otegadewa. He might be asking just how much you have to part in.
Oh, well, it was way more than my body weight.
So more than a pound.
That's 33 pounds, thank you. Let's see, what can I produce here?
What can I produce? We're not
Oh,
buying.
It's a chest roughly, and then it's like bigger than my arm span. Like, yay, 5 feet on and aside.
Jelekoa Tunken Tantalakoto.
It's just a lot of wasted weight on the ship.
He turns to you.
It's the hardest sell bribe.
Itakao menteninte tawa okotea tolua.
And he climbs back down and he gets in the boat. And this one, Ace says,
Yeah, it seems that he needs to go check in with his guard. And as long as I can leave certain supplies with him, we'll have plenty of time to go for a bit of a test sail for.
Yeah, give me about
protocols.
10 minutes. I'll be right back with it.
Should go fabricate.
You're damn right.
That fucking spell.
See, we're not buying stuff.
Nope.
We're paying people off with it.
You go
It's a
destroy the economy. You go destroy the
perfectly
economy.
good use of the
They
money.
literally grow this stuff. It's fine.
That's true. That's true.
It's a weird economy they got going.
It's like money growing on trees, but except under the ocean.
Oh my god, it's so heavy. Why do I keep doing this?
Once the Wavin goes off, I'm going to look towards Ace and kind of tilt my head a little bit. In the future, should I make you invisible for any reason? Like now?
No. I was a diplomat ambassador, but then I made some mistakes. And then I got replaced, pretty much. And now I'm just a translator. But around these parts, they're somewhat tired of me, and if I were to have vanished, I think nobody here would mind too much, so there it is.
Need a guide. Knows his way.
He's not wrong. I can at
2
least
years.
point a couple things out here or there.
Toulouse Court. 2 years.
Oh, and don't get me wrong. Your boat's been marked, but in a good way. So there's that going for you.
What does that mean?
Literally. Yes, the underside of your boat was marked. I'm not entirely certain. It would have been maybe the last time you're out this way. The underside's been put with Tulua's mark, so any Wavin see you float over would know that you have his blessing. So his allies would also accept you without molestation. But in essence, you would have to be extremely careful in Joina's waters. But Joina's waters aren't what they used to be. I believe that's also a large part due to her shenaniganry. So for that, we thank you.
Oh, well, that's pretty nice, I guess. Thanks, Ace. My eyes shift back to white.
I like your hat.
Oh,
Very
I don't. I keep asking Skeezer to do
No,
something.
no, no, no,
I try to
no,
do
no,
something with
no,
it.
no,
It's not
no,
actually
no.
here.
No.
Like waving my hands through it.
Rule number 1. Never apologize for the size of the hat. Larger the hat,
larger the pirate, so to speak.
Pirate.
We should go.
Did you say pirate?
Privateer? Do privateers wear hats?
Baron
Call
turns
it that.
back into regular
Privateer, I
Baron.
said, so to speak. Slip of the tongue. Apologies there, my great scaled friend.
Yeah.
I mean, that line's always been a little murky to me anyway.
The line is always murky no matter where you're from.
Wow, that pirate got really
Baron's turn. He
There's a
turns back.
Bauer in there.
Eloquent pirate.
Skeezer brings out the giant chest carried by about 7 halflings.
a bit of help, please.
It gets lowered down, and the Wavin sees it, and he's like, and then they leave. And he just sinks in the water and he sinks with it.
So how much is it? I just want to know how rich we.
Oh yeah,
are
how
this
much
guy.
did you? How much can you fabricate based on the spell? It's like
The
ridiculous.
spell would allow me to make a 5-foot cube, but I think that's a little excessive. So I will just make like
A chest
nice chest
full.
of coin. you know.
Jesus,
It's been like $1 billion.
it's amazing. It's
Like
like
I don't want to completely oversaturate this market, but
Why not?
We come
Who
back.
cares?
We come back. We can't afford anything because everything costs like 100,000 of these.
yeah. I don't want to destroy
What
the
is this-
entire way of
what
life
is this
just
coming
because
back?
I
Everybody's
had a
just
sale.
rolling wheelbarrows of coin around. Because
I can get one leaf of a
Alright.
cabbage.
So, if I saw the map correctly and where the storekeeper was pointing, we're going to be heading right over to Lewis Court. The island's down the south, right?
You, in essence, have a choice of 2 directions. You
Too many
can
choices.
go north, and I apologize for not having a nice, awesome map for you guys, because I believe the map I've got. Well, hold on, actually, no. It might be workable. Look at roll 20 right now. This is a larger map you guys have,
oh yeah, that's a piece of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
and in essence,
Show that to the home crowd.
Well, I can't because it's
yeah.
such a weird picture
Yeah,
that it's
I
not.
don't know if there's any way we could post my little photo of the map itself. It's not the best, but
this
Oh.
right here, I will circle, is the other port town.
that island over there.
The dragon direction is off the map this way.
Can't show them the roll 20?
Yeah, please hold on.
Oh, okay. No, right now.
No, shut
One
up.
of
I'm not.
the-
Oh my god.
So we're up. This is Vula Sands, like up here, right?
Yes, that's Vula Sands
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
And
Because Wrightonville was like.
I will color code this because
No,
one.
Wrightonville is here.
Oh, that was Wrightonville. Oh my god, that's right. We never went further south than that island. That was a
Nope.
big island.
That was all the further we made it.
We
yeah,
just
we
went
we never
up
went
and to the
south of
right.
there. Yeah.
14 games and we didn't
Okay.
leave that fine, like 1 inch worth of map right there.
The
One
As
week
good as you're gonna get, guys. Sorry.
the hot pink is the other port town that's not Vula
That's not
Sands.
bad. That's not
The
bad.
direction green is the direction you were told the dragon was, goes. But it's beyond this large landmass.
Oh god.
And the orange one in the lower left is the northernmost of the 5 islands he pointed to where the Grand Wizard, Great Wizard, Mysterious Wizard might be.
And if you
Oh, we're going really far away then.
and if you see where all those like kind of line looking things converge, that's where the Court of Talua is.
And as I recall, actually, the butterfly island that we mentioned is actually this one that's like right here, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just off. Actually, we're really, really close.
Super close to it, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a day and you could be on the
It's like
shore.
a day.
of the island that makes everyone crazy.
One that
as
says
you
never
guys-
leave. Yeah.
As you guys traveled around that body of water, you saw slivers of that island appear at the horizon line here and there.
But do we have a reason to go there?
Curiosity.
You do have a crew member that has mentioned wanting to go there from Casey. Captain Casey has mentioned Akna wants to go to that island badly.
That's right.
However, Akna, since talking about that island, spends the majority of her time sleeping and talks about sleep like a addict talks about a drug.
Huh. Narcotic time. And that purple
Nice.
circled one is the island where we were supposed to take what was her name?
Proceda.
That's the island where
There we go.
Presida's people are from. Apparently, have a big port town on that little island.
Yeah, so maybe Presida's island is the next spot, and then we can decide which direction to go from there.
Yeah, that'll be as far as we've ever traveled away from what we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
So I think going somewhere again that's hopefully got some sort of civilization might be a good destination. That way we have a new jumping off point.
Yeah, so it's like roughly 2 weeks to that island.
Yeah. Not
We
too
could stick
shabby.
along the coast of that long island if we needed to.
I believe we have plenty of supplies.
Yeah, we should.
Let's sail on the interior of that island so we're not in rival waters.
You mean through like this area of it
Correct.
versus north of it?
Think you can dodge all those islands?
They are merely 1,000 feet away from each other.
It's like, it's like, no, I'm still kind of sensitive about it.
Probably not.
Can we just not?
You're doing good, buddy. You're doing good.
Look,
Yeah,
I
get that
mean,
idea.
I have learned the importance of delegation. Not that much.
Now. Captain has to be able to do every job on a ship. You'll learn in time.
I sure as hell never ate Burl's cooking.
True.
Wow, that was some excellent wisdom. You're learning already.
That's
And with
captain's
that-
wisdom right there.
You guys set sail away from Vulasan.
Oh my God, we're finally getting off
Finally.
this.
Oh my
leaving
God,
island.
we're doing it. We are doing
Only
it,
to find a
everyone.
new island.
Into the
You
great
take
unknown.
to open waves. And as you cut inward, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you pass in sight of the very first place that you crashed in so long ago, heading into open waters and
This island's-
the next chapter.
Nice.
Where to? The second star on the right. Tell dawn.
onward till morning.
Where to? Straight into the other ship. The answer.
The trick
And
is
that's
we
where
tell you
we're
to
gonna
turn into it.
We just T-bone other shit.
And thank you very much
Nice.
for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Chat,
Thanks, everyone.
if you were
Thank you,
here.
guys.
A lot of fun. Good crowd.
We are gaming again, like literally in a week, right? Or 2?
Whoa, holy shit.
You
Seriously.
originally had them every other week, but I think one game you changed.
Yeah, we
had to
Which
move.
one?
This one is on our schedule, was to be for next week, which if that is the case, I will not be here, unfortunately.
Yes. So we are
We got
gaming
February
February
1st,
1st, everybody. So Everstorm's coming right back on this coming Saturday. So we'll see y'all in a week.
Wow.
Don't have a name for that game yet, so I'll have to figure naming the game is like the hardest part. It's so weird.
How can
DMs
that
know what I'm
possibly
talking
be the
about.
hardest
Naming
part?
shit, tough.
Amen.
Mhm.
True story.
So, go ahead.
No, feel free. Thanks for coming out, everybody.
Thank you,
Let's
everybody.
do plugs.
Absolutely. Thank you.
If you're new to joining us tonight, and why not? We're all going to be at C2E2 if you didn't catch that. We'll be running a seminar together called D&D How to Homebrew. It's already listed on Saturday at 5:45 in our own room. We'll be there for an hour trying to teach what we do. Gaming without a module, gaming your own game, your own plot. And we're going to shoot for Gen Con as well. We have no confirmation of Gen Con yet. And we have a mountain of plugs. So,
Plug
Ogle, what are we doing?
All right. Well, first and foremost, in the panels down there, and if they hit the right Streamlabs thing, you'll find links to our stream team members. Litching Hour is in there. I see him actually talking in
Lich is
chat
here.
right now.
He's here.
Grouch Couch was here earlier. We got a new member, Dragons in the Dining Room, who rated us way early in the night. So you'll be able to find links for them down in the panels. In addition, let's see, this week on Monday, we have the Wisdom Check, 10 p.m. I am back. Jeff is back. So we're back to a regular crew. Thanks, Tim, for the last couple of weeks filling in for each one.
It
of
was
us
a blast.
as we needed. So
Absolutely.
Thank you much, Tim. This week we have Adam Rose joining us, who is the rules developer for Zweihander RPG. Nice. And this is one that me and Jeff has waited for a long time because we get to talk game mechanics and system development.
So crunchy.
The crunchiest.
All the crunches. So we're going to be talking about all kinds of good mechanics-based stuff on Monday's Wisdom Check. So tune in for that. That brings us then after that to Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to be looking at some more 7 Days to Die. The glory hole bunker shall
inept death by all of us.
I think the glory hole bunker will lead to my second death.
Yeah, probably so.
Your second death? I'm on.
Yeah.
What am I on? What am I?
30.
30?
I'm at 30 yet.
Last I checked,
Probably.
it was 29. I'm pretty sure you died a few times.
I'll have you know, in 7 Days to Die, I am a blood of kings.
Yep.
It's all about dying, so he's really good at it.
So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for when that'll take place this week. Thursday, my Zweihander game, Terror and Tree Fell, returns after a little bit of a hiatus.
Nice.
So Game 7, Massacre, will be Thursday.
Massacre.
It's called Massacre.
That is the name of it is called Massacre. So all the adventurers just hit intermediate tier, so they all are picking their second profession now that they have filled out the first one completely. So now in Zweihander, you roll your character up pretty much random at the get-go, but once you hit intermediate tier, now you get to decide what you're going to be.
Oh, that's super cool.
So you survived long enough.
We'll see what they come back as. Most of the players have picked what they're going to be, so I have a pretty good idea. But there's a couple that are holding out on me, so we'll have to see what they decide they want to come back as for intermediate tier. And then that takes us into Friday, which we don't have anything on Friday. And then I guess Everstorm next Saturday, it sounds like. So that's our week.
I can't believe we got Everstorm again in a week.
I know.
Shit.
I was thinking we had 2 weeks. In fact, our panel down there says 2 weeks. So I didn't update that if you had mentioned it somewhere.
And
Dad's
not this
out there.
Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I'm going to do another Bardic Knowledge. So
Yes!
Not this coming Tuesday, but the
Yes.
Bardic Knowledge is sweet.
Not that I want to do too much scheduling talking about on air here, but Wednesday I have to stay late at work till 11. So if we're going to do 7 Days to Die, Tuesday might be the better day. But we can figure all that out.
All
right. We'll see what we got. We'll let you guys know. Check it out in the Discord. We'll keep you appraised up
Join
there.
the Discord, everyone.
There is a link in the chat here right now. So pop in there if you're not already part of the Discord chat. Get in there. You'll find all kinds of other channels promoting themselves, chit-chatting, getting to know about games, all kinds of cool stuff.
Check out the rest of the stream team. There's a lot of people that work hard at what they do.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Show some love out there.
Yep. Absolutely.
Thanks so much for staying with us tonight. Thanks for watching the show.
Everybody. We're gonna raid my boy Urians from Notorious DMG.
Yeah,
nice. There we go.
Enjoy everybody.
Get this. Everyone, hang out for a second while I get this raid on. He goes by Oak, but his
get our raid on.
Get your raid on.
That's actually bad. You need to get rid of that if you have raid on.
Everstorm.
Oh, I could just say the Everstorm. Really,
the Everstorm.
We had a good amount of use of that deep vibrato. Scary.
The Everstorm.
And here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
Let's join them. Thanks, everybody.
Let's see what they have to say.
We are rating with 16.
Hell yeah.
I just took them from 4 to 16. Or 4 to
20, probably when we're done.
4 to 20.
We just went from 6 to midnight.
Threat level midnight.
Michael Scarn, threat level.
Hey,
Oh,
you
you got
can't.
deleted.
Don't spam symbols, man.
What?
Stop spamming symbols. You just got deleted.
Oh.
Can't be spamming those symbols.
Yeah, no emotes.
Jesus, all I did is hit.
He says, "Sorry, bro, about the damn chat bot."
So you can't spam. You can't.
Three.
What?
3 is the magic number. Until they change their Streamlabs chatbot, the default is if you do 3, it's considered spam. So you can only do 2 at a time.
That's funny. I did not know that.